All right, ladies and gentlemen, Lions fans of beautiful planet Earth, welcome to Lions Gray Mains. We bid you adieu here in the Southern Command Center in Phenix City, Alabama. I'm here with my man, DBC, Brent Kreider. This is his house, so hey, listen, don't make any bodily noises that you can't vouch for. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and the only, live and in the flesh, my man, marvelous Mike Terry is in the house, as well as, of course, from the great state of Ohio, DK Dan Keener, Dangerous Dan Keener. Folks, we're here. It is time for Lions draft. It's time for the NFL draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've got all the screens going right now. We're watching it in all its glory, and we're hoping you're watching with us. So, Lions fans, we're seeing all kinds of you that are here. Thank you for chiming in. We've got Kelly Torrance. How are you doing? Terry Anderson, what is up, my brother from another mother? This is another one of somebody from the Lions email list. Can we call him a Lions Gray Main? Is that possible?
Terry is definitely
Okay. All right. Awesome. Oh, Molly Kreider. We know Molly Kreider. Yes, Molly. It's time. It's time. Thank you for the hospitality. And Walker Hare 4208. Yes. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you joining us. Before we get too far into it, we have some housekeeping to do. And looks like folks already know. Like, jump in the chat. Let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know who you think the Lions are going to pick at number 17. We're going to talk about this stuff ad nauseum. This, settle in. This is gonna be, you're not only going to hear me talk, you're going to hear these other guys, thank God, talk instead of me, and probably argue, and probably have a few things of dissenting opinions about this. The 2 fan is in the house. Howdy, team. We appreciate you joining us. And so some of the housekeeping things that we're going to talk about, the draft itself is going to start here at the top of the hour. And when it does, there's a couple of different things this year about the draft. And the number one thing that we want to talk about is the time limits. And so you've got the first round is going to go a lot quicker, a lot more quickly than it has in previous years. We're hoping. So we're only going to be doing 8 minutes per team for this. And I would assume this includes possible trades and things, all kinds of things going on. So 8 minutes. So we're not going to be sitting here for 15 frickin' minutes while, Mike Vrabel decides to do something, although Mike Vrabel's not deciding anything today. Apparently he's not even in the draft room for the Patriots, but I digress. And then tomorrow when we get into round 2, it's going to be 7 minutes, and then rounds 3 through 6 is 5 minutes per team, and then round 7 is going to be 4 minutes per team. So this is hopefully going to go more quickly for all of us. And of course, the Lions draft picks that we're going to be talking about just tonight, well, the way Brad Holmes goes, you never know. We could have more than one pick tonight, but generally we feel like there will be one pick, and we know right now that it will be pick 17th overall. And of course, many picks that will be in round 2. Of course, right now we don't have a round 3 draft pick. Multiple picks in round 4, multiple picks in round 5, 2 in round 6, and 1 in round 7. So this is going to be just going to be awesome. So what I want to do is, we're in the home of DBC, Brent Kreider. So I want to roll it over to Brent, and then we'll roll to the other guys. Brent, thank you for having us here in the Southern Command Center in Phenix City, Alabama, where the skies are dripping with blue Kool-Aid and cornbread, and of course, Lions optimism. Brent, who are the Lions picking at 17?
I think you guys know you're in a Detroit sports fan's home, right?
I think so. I think there's a Pistons sign over your shoulder here. There's a Tiger sign. There's Lions. There's a Michigan stuff around here. And listen, I'm saying that because there's an Ohio State fan that is within our midst as well. We want listen. Dan,
best rivalry in sports.
That's right. And listen, Dan's got to be a little upset. Half of his defense is going to get drafted in the first 10 picks. picks. So,
That's good for Michigan.
There it is. Brent, you're skirting the question.
Yeah, the answer to the question is I have been saying for months, and Chris banned me from saying trade down on the last show because
it's become a drinking game now, so that's okay. You could
cheers, cheers, right? Cheers.
It's bad. I don't know. It's bad luck to cheers with water, I guess.
But the Detroit Lions, my goal is to have 6 picks in the first 100. I want the Lions to trade down.
Nice.
And pick up the talent that's in this draft from 14 to 45 ish is very equal, and there's a lot of positions of need in that range, and so I'm of the opinion that for us to trade down would be a good thing and stockpile picks. So we're gonna dig into all this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And to my right and to your left, we have the one and only Mr. Mike Terry. Mike, welcome to the show, live and in person. So you have joined us on the last couple of shows for the mock draft, and I know this has been this is something that you and Dan and Brent have done for years, and so it's a joy that I finally got to meet you, my man.
Same.
And I'm super excited about that. But let me roll it over to you, Mike. Who are the Lions picking at 17?
Well, first off, I want to thank Brent and his lovely wife, Crystal, for letting us into his house this weekend. They've been lovely hosts so far. I, too, would like to see a trade down, but if I had to pick, I'd say Blake Miller.
Blake Miller out of Clemson.
Right tackle.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like Taylor Decker for the other side, right?
Yeah, when we get into it, there's going to be a lot of discussion about that position.
Yeah. Well, my man DBC DK, Dangerous Dan Keener, you've been patient, my friend. I know you've got opinions. I know you do, and I know you're not thinking that Caden Proctor should be the pick at 17. So let's just take him off of your board, right? But I'd love to hear your thoughts, Dan. Who are the Lions picking at 17?
Well, I've made peace with the Proctor pick if it comes to fruition, just because of 2 guys on the Lions already. Hank Fraley and Penei Sewell. I think those 2 guys can get him in shape and well, not necessarily in shape, but keep him in shape and keep him, focused and stuff. But having said that, the amount of smoke coming out on this trade up stuff is either the biggest psyop you've ever seen, or there's something to it. And it's all about potentially if one of those prime defensive players, Bain or Styles or Downs, slips down into the teens or early double digits, that Brad may go up and get them. And we just don't have a ton of ammo to do that unless you start dipping into next year. So I like, much like Mike and Brent, I would prefer we don't do that unless he gets down to about like 14. Then it's not that big of a deal. You're only moving up 3 spots, probably cost you a 4th, maybe next year's 3rd. But I am going to stick at 17 if we stay there, and I am also with Mike under the impression that Blake Miller will be our right tackle of the future if he is there and we are picking at 17.
I think that's solid. I think I would have told you prior to the last couple of weeks since we've been doing mock drafts. I mean, Proctor was certainly kind of what I was thinking. But I think a lot of stuff that's come out about Proctor, I was not a fan of what Nick Saban said the other day about Proctor. I mean, he wasn't super negative about it, but he was very much like, well, you got to make sure that the kid, comes in and he's in the right weight. And I was just sort of like, that's Nick Saban talking about this guy. And so that kind of gave me some pause. I think Monroe Freeling's a great player, but at 17 feels a little high. I don't know if he's going to come in as a starter. So I do like that, and that's kind of what I'm hoping is that they do trade down, and they do get maybe a Monroe Freeling by trading down, or maybe some of these other players. But so Dan's saying that there's a possibility. Well, possibility, kind of what we would like to see is Holmes moving up from 17. Guys, let's talk about that. I know, Brent, you're not a fan of trading up, right? I think you're in the camp of not trading up. But if they really do love a player, if they really do feel like, hey, we can get up into pick 10 and get a Caleb Downs, a guy who may wear a yellow jacket one of the top players in the draft, if not the top player in the draft. The safety position is not a position that's going to be probably picked in the top 5. But if some of these guys, this top tier start to fall, start to feel like, maybe, Holmes has only moved up that far maybe to get Jameson Williams. Is that right? Historically, I don't know.
We traded back for Gibbs, right?
Traded back for Gibbs.
Yeah, we went from 6 to 12, I think, Brent, right? Yeah. For Gibbs?
Yeah, I think so.
But Mike has
a better memory than me on those things. So
we also have access to the internet, so we can certainly look at it. We can look that up. That's right. SC4R, I love something. I don't know if I can say that out loud on the internet, but hola, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining. Texas Ranger 2315. Cheers to you as well, and Sarah. Sarah Hanaher, I hope I got that right. Thanks for joining us. And Kelly Torrance from Philly, Giants fan here, supporting my brother from another mother. Who's that?
Kelly's a real good friend.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Brent always brings his fan club, we appreciate that.
In fact, Kelly and I went to that Chiefs-Lions game.
Oh, okay.
Night game
yeah.
Nice.
I was there with my son as well. That was a fantastic game. Well, Kelly, thank you for joining. You're from Philly, but a Giants fan. Yeah. Listen, that could be a whole podcast right there. But that's amazing. I'll tell you what we're going to be doing here, just to kind of help set the table, and we'll be talking and maybe asking some questions from folks that are here. Is, we're going to be focused on a lot of the teams that are either in our division or our opponents that we play this season. So we're going to be looking at, we already know who our opponents are. Obviously, we're playing, Vikings, Packers, and Bears twice as well, but those all pick after us. So as we lead up to the Lions pick at 17, we'll obviously, be looking at those picks, but also, is Holmes potentially trading up? Are there conversations being had? Every one of these guys are. Listen, we don't have our ear to the. We're not having conversations with NFL GMs, but we do know some people who know some people, and so that's what we're trying to do is maybe have those conversations in advance, guys. Hey, this is what so and so's hearing. We're seeing this, and of course, if we do get the pick before you might see it on your screen of choice, we're going to let you know. And so that's something that we feel like is something we may be able to add as some value to you. And listen, if you don't want it to be spoiled, I'm sorry. When we find out that, the pick for the Lions is, possibly Monroe Freeling, and it hasn't been announced on ESPN or NFL, we're going to post it, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to start doing that. So everyone is kind of kick in, settle in, and let us know. I'd love to know from the folks that are in the chat, who are you guys thinking that we should get? And even if you don't know the players, and I realize not all of us are nerds like Mike Terry and Brent Kreider and Dan Keener and Chris Stone. Not all of us are nerds like that. Maybe you just figured, hey, I want a really good running back, or I want a really, I think we need a better, safety or whatever. Let us know a position that you guys think. I think most people believe that the Lions are going to go offensive line, and most people believe it's going to be offensive tackle. I mean, we just talked about it, how many of these guys. And Brent pulled up something. This is a screenshot from his phone of his iPad. So excuse the crude image here, and let me bring that into where you can actually read this. But this is the first position drafted odds for the Lions. So offensive line minus 300. Defensive line or edge plus 250, cornerback plus 650, linebacker plus 1,400. I think that has to do with available linebackers and scheme, probably more than anything, for our first position. I can't see them, drafting an off-ball linebacker in the first round. I know we love some off-ball linebackers, Brent, in this draft, but not in the first round, right?
It depends.
Oh, it depends. It always depends. We have our first argument of the live stream, and then let me just finish this off. Wide receiver plus 3,000. Guys, talk about this list as we get ready to hear Fernando Mendoza's name, potentially, not potentially, he is going to be the first pick. Talk to me about Brent, the offensive line, defensive line, cornerback, linebacker, wide receiver conversation here. Do you feel like Lions are going to go anywhere else besides offensive line and defensive line?
I think it depends upon who's there. Brad Holmes continues to maintain that he's going to go best player available. And look, the history suggests Lions were going to go defensive end the last 3 years. Every pundit had us picking a defensive end, and we haven't picked a defensive end until the fifth round last year when we picked up the kid from Boise State. So I'm a true believer that if he stays true to his word, we are not going to pick the 30th best player, even if they're an offensive tackle, just because somebody thinks that we need an offensive tackle. So I'm absolutely convinced that we may be disappointed if we're anticipating them signing an offensive tackle or drafting an offensive tackle tonight. So that, the reality being, what are the Lions' positions of needs? We have positions of needs at a lot of different places. Linebacker, safety, defensive end, edge, and an offensive line. And I frankly wouldn't be disappointed if they picked Ione. He's not a tackle. Is that going to upset the Lions base? Potentially, probably. But
he's a day one starter, road grading guard. Yeah.
Who's there? So and I know I'm couching my bets here, but I just can't see the Lions picking Miller at 17 if he's their 30th player on the board.
Yeah. Dan, what are your thoughts? You think there's a chance? Let's just say, we talk about tackle, we talk about guard, and these are obviously huge needs, and sort of like these are the where we are at in 17. It kind of like there's guys falling in there. What are the chances that we look at one of these cornerbacks? I mean, is there a linebacker or another player that we might get in that spot without trading down and staying at 17?
Yeah, I mean, if you stay at 17, he's going to take the best player available, and that could end up being, hate to say it, Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon. I don't think so, but he could be the best player available there. But I'm with Brent. Vega Ione, the guard from Penn State, he fills a need for us because, Mahogany last year, he struggled mightily coming off the injury, didn't play very well, and that does fill a hole. And, I think we were talking about this earlier tonight. If you're going to draft Proctor, nobody really thinks he can be a long-term tackle solution at this point. His footwork and some of his other mechanics they don't lend themselves to playing, against speed rushing edges. He might be best suited inside. So why take a guy that's never played guard and try and force him into the guard spot when you can just draft the best guard in the draft?
Totally agree.
So I think Vega might be on the board. I don't think, despite them going and visiting that kid last week, I don't think wide receiver is on the board for round one. That would be nuts. So we spent both our third round picks in this draft on a wide receiver already. So I just don't see that happening. There's no quarterback worthy. We're not taking a running back here. Sadiq, I said, is like a long shot, but to me, it's going to be the linebacker. I know who Brent likes. I don't think he's first round material, but he's definitely comes into play if we trade back, and that's the kid from Texas Tech. Another Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Yep. And then the other kid is CJ Allen. I don't know if either one of their skill sets one for one replaces what we lost in Anzalone as a guy that's as an exceptional coverage linebacker, but they are both really good linebackers. And if something were to happen to Campbell or Barnes, they could be plug and play. I mean, they take up a learning curve, obviously. But there's a lot of edges there. There's TJ Parker. There's Keldrick. Is it Allen from Auburn?
Keldrick
no,
Falk.
That's not right.
Keldrick
Falk.
Keldrick
Thank
Falk.
you. Excuse me.
Keldrick.
He's there. A couple guys I'm not big fans of. Not a fan of Cassius Howell. Don't like the no wingspan. And even Falk, I'm not a huge fan of. His production dipped mightily. I don't really care for TJ Parker either from Clemson, but any one of those could be an option if the Lions are looking to get a bookend anchor that is a run stopper, because all those guys do stop the run pretty well, except than Howell.
Sorry.
But honestly, I'm not going to discount the moving up thing, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if they do it, the place to watch for is if the guy they're looking for, which is probably going to be a defender, one of the Ohio State guys, Styles or Downs, or potentially a Bain for some reason were to slip, right?
Mm-hmm.
The spot to watch is number 13, where his old buddy Les Snead is sitting right now with the Rams,
Yep.
and might be looking to trade with Brad and allow Lions to move up and pick up 17, and that's a 4-spot move up. So you would probably be looking at probably next year's second or third, plus maybe this year's fourth, one of them. But that would be the case. Other than that, we're just going to see how this shakes out. He did a great job of leaving himself the ability to take any position. Like, we could put together a competent starting team today on the field. Whether Larry Borum is your best option at tackle, I don't know, or the kid was it Wanham or whatever his name is that we signed for edge.
Yeah, TJ
but we do have a spot. We have starters at every position, so we are covered. So.
Got it. And then I want to get Mike's thoughts here, but I want to give some shout outs to some folks here in the chat. Kelly says Lions need to replace the hole on the offensive line. If not Proctor, Malu is a great pick. Malu?
Maybe Lomu.
Caleb Lomu. Yeah, Caleb Lomu.
Spencer Fano.
Yeah. I mean, I think Fano and Lomu, I mean, though I've seen mocks have those guys gone before they get to us. Great tackles out of Utah. Lomu being left tackle, and Fano being right tackle. I mean, I think at this point, I'm still of the camp of getting the best tackle, no matter if it's a right tackle or left tackle, and then Penei Sewell moves to whatever the other available tackle is. Terry Anderson says, I think that changes tonight. Defensive end or outside linebacker. So Terry, give us your pick, sir. He says grabbing Vega wouldn't break my heart as well. And Kelly says the only difference is the loss of Decker. Losing Taylor Decker changes the calculus. Listen, I mean, Dan, you'd know, I don't think they've replaced or found a Lion for number 68 yet. And Decker still is a free agent.
I said 2 months ago that don't be surprised
if he
ends back in a Lion.
Listen, and I don't know if we want him. I mean, we're gonna find out. I don't think they're going into this draft knowing whether or not Taylor Decker is gonna. I mean, it's you can't. You just got to go thinking he's not here. He's not the player here, and so we need guys that are going to play. And
well, the argument is though, if you end up not drafting a right tackle, as a lot of folks seem to want the Lions to do, you don't draft that right tackle. What are you going to do? You're going to be on the phone to Decker, saying, "Hey, give it a 1-year run. We'll write off the rest of your signing bonus instead of asking for it back."
What about all the bad blood that they had, and he said I took his ball and went home because they didn't give him the contract he wanted.
Decker didn't have his phone
didn't
number.
have his phone number.
Right?
Right.
That's what Decker said. Mm-hmm. He lost Holmes' phone number.
Listen, all bygones are bygones. If you're playing football for the Lions, and if he plays well, I'll take him back. I don't care.
Come Monday, though, Chris, interesting wrinkle. Come Monday, none of the free agents out there count against the formula for compensatory picks. So guys like Decker, guys like who's the edge from Buffalo, from Iowa?
Espinez.
That kid's out there. Obviously, DJ Reader for us is going to sign with somebody come Monday or Tuesday, probably the Giants, it sounds like. So these guys don't count. These vested veterans aren't going to count against any comp pick. So you're going to see a slew of them sign after Sunday, or as effective Monday afternoon, because of that factor, and then teams also not getting the position they thought they were going to get in the draft. So I think we're just in it with Decker as much as any other team. So, he resides in Arizona in the offseason, but, again, outside of the Cardinals, and that would be probably just for a payday. I can't see him really looking to go anywhere else at this point. I don't know if he sold his local property. I assume he had a house in Michigan. You'd think that the sleuths would have had that information by now,
Yeah.
But yeah, the jersey's a big thing, right? 68's not gone, so we'll see.
Yeah, if you would have thought the Lions were ready to close that chapter, they would have signed that number to somebody else. Or maybe I kind of do find it hard to believe, Dan, that nobody wanted number 68 of all these new players that they brought in. I don't know.
It was a great year.
Yeah.
It was a great year.
Was it? That must have been the year you were born.
It's a vintage.
What? Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, geez. All right, Mike Terry, I wanted you to weigh in on this. Yep. Offensive line, the odds of us getting offensive linemen, obviously negative 300. Everybody thinks it's going to be tackle, maybe guard. What are your thoughts on maybe the Lions going linebacker? No one here thinks that we're going to go with a cornerback in the first round. I think wide receivers, why is that even on the list? You must want to lose money if you want to bet that the Lions are going to pick a wide receiver. But what are your thoughts? Do you think it's possible, Mike, that the Lions could zig when other people think they're going to zag?
Oh, it's definitely possible with Holmes. You never know what he's going to do.
Yep.
Again, if he was to trade up, he's trading up for downs or styles. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think you got to get a playmaker, a difference maker at that position. Those are the only two that would fit that need. If they don't go tackle at 17 and stand pat, Messidor is going to be there.
Yeah.
There's your edge. Brent and I have talked about this a lot over the last couple of weeks. If you get lower in the draft, there's equal value at the offensive tackle guard position. You're not going to get somebody like Vega, but Blake Miller and those guys, there's some decent players down in the second, third, even fourth round in this draft. So if you wanted to go Messidor and hit tackle later, he could do something like that as well, or another person that would be an edge. And then you could throw the real curveball and take the defensive tackle like Proctor or someone. Probably a little bit high for him, but
yeah, there's a part of me that thinks at 7, this feels like a safe spot for us. We know we have a number of holes, guys, that we got to fill. We don't know what's going on in the safety position. We know that Brian Branch is not going to be there until late October, November, probably. And we don't know what we can count on with Kirby and what's going on with his knee. And so, we're going in with Avante Maddox and Lauren Strickland, the kid we got out of Georgia last season, Jackson,
Thomas Harper.
Thomas Harper. Like these are Legion of Whom guys, not guys we feel great about starting every Sunday. And so, I think safety is what. So, I think what in a best case scenario, we might be able to trade back, get multiple picks, and hey, we've got a day one starter in multiple positions where we have these of need. But guys, Holmes has got to have a dance partner. Right? Yes, it would be great for us to move up and trade with the Rams like Dan had talked about if we get a dance partner, if there's the right player, but at the risk of what? Losing other picks for positions of need. This is going to be the interesting thing is that Holmes does not sit. This is he does not sit. He moves around. I saw a graphic. I should have saved it. I saw a graphic and it just kind of detailed he just won't sit. Folks, we'll be sitting here and going, oh, the Lions don't draft for another, round and a half, and then all of a sudden, 30 minutes, and, Holmes just traded up to get, that happened with Isaac Tesla last year, right? I mean, it gave up kind of a ransom to do that. So I think we have multiple positions of need, guys, and we're just going to have to fill them, and trading back, guys. When we did these mock drafts, that felt like after we did a couple of them, we're like, boy, I tell you what, when we started to accept some of these trade offers, this all of a sudden this looks pretty good. We're able to fill an edge, we're able to fill a tackle, we got a safety for in the third round, all these things because we started trading. Now this was a AI simulation. But I don't know. I think trading back.
If you do a couple thousand of them, you get a good
idea. Yeah, that's right. So we have a seasoned mock draft veteran in Brent Kreider. Brent, so what other things did you learn from doing so many drafts? Obviously, the trading back is a big thing. Talk about how you feel after all the research that you've done, the amount of talent that we see in this draft in the later days? I mean, I know we're talking about the first round here, and we're talking about, a lot of people are saying that there just really isn't as much talent in this draft as there has been in years past. Like those blue chip guys, there's only like 5 or 6 of them or whatever.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. There's a lot of that's going on. But where do you feel like the meat of the talent is to fill these positions of need that we have?
I hinted at the Lions could really benefit from trading back and being able to address multiple positions of need in the second and third round.
Yeah.
And that's all about tomorrow night and Saturday morning, tomorrow night. And then on Saturday morning, what we'll get into are those 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. And what the draft could afford the Lions to do, the opportunity to do is, if you trade back, if you trade up, both of those paths lend themselves to the Lions being able to get positions of need based upon the direction that they choose to go with the first round pick. Because as you guys know, I put a Brent's wish list together, and we'll get into that day 2 and day 3 in depth. But the bottom line is that there are players. They're not those second and third round rated players, but there are players that could come in and provide depth and competition. And we know this every year. Somebody on the offensive line from the 4th round, a couple guys from the 4th round, a couple guys from the 5th round, 6th round, end up starting in the NFL and being good players. And so, the better research that the better.
Interrupt you for 1 second.
Yeah.
They're booing the commish. The draft is starting. So I just wanted to let you know that you guys, because I know you guys were talking. I didn't know if you caught that the it hit 8 and it was started. So I apologize for interrupting your thought there, but I want to let you know that.
It's all good. We're looking at the official on the clock pick for the Raiders, which we all feel like is going to be Mendoza. Happens in just over 3 minutes, and so hopefully you're joining us for the Lions portion of the conversation. And certainly when we start doing that, the one other benefit that you'll get as I pull, there's tons of folks in the chat that we want to make mention of. A lot of gray manes here in the chat that we want to shout out. What you will not get on this live stream, ladies and gentlemen, when the Lions pick is coming in, we will not go to commercial. I promise you. You have, and now, we're on the internet. We're on this cobbled internet from Phenix City, Alabama. So anything could happen. But no,
in today's day and age,
in today's day and age, but T-Mobile. You will not get an Ozempic commercial. I promise you will not get a commercial when it's time for the Lions pick. And speaking of the Lions pick, we want to say hi to Mario. Great job, guy. Mario, it's great to see you, our friend.
Absolutely.
Great job, guys. He thinks best player available, whatever that means, is going to be the pick versus needs. That's the Lions' way lately. So, Mario, we appreciate you joining in. BPA, yes. Let's go best player available. I love that. And then we've got Josh Handom. Thank you for joining joining us. That's
Josh and M.
Josh and M.
Josh Thiel.
Oh, Josh Thiel. Okay.
Josh Thiel.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Josh Thiel. Great to see you, my friend. Yes, Jim
Mario.
Fuse. I look like the worst NFL GM there ever was, with like Chick-fil-A and wrinkled banner behind me. But we appreciate you joining us, my friend. And Terry says, that's my pick there, even though he is 25. So I think that's Messidor. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the other thing is age of these guys. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. So Ben Roethlisberger is taking the stage. Rapist. And
he was almost our neighbor.
Gesundheit, I meant to say.
And they're swinging terrible towels. All the Yinzers are swinging their terrible towels in Pittsburgh. Good job, Pittsburgh.
Need Stone Cold to come out with a couple of IC lights and slap them together out there on the stage.
I'm sorry to Ben Roethlisberger's family. Not sorry.
Yeah, he's from Ohio, so you can bag on him.
That's right. Chris Stone, I am now watching you landscape. Okay, yeah, Jim. So we are broadcasting vertical as well on YouTube for those of you who are on your mobile phones. And at some point, when I can get that figured out for Instagram, we'll be up on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not so sure why. I think we're gonna
the remote there.
Yeah. All right, Brent. Mike, Terry.
Yes.
What are your thoughts here? How you feeling? How you feeling? Are you getting nervous? Are you feeling like? Here's what I feel. I feel like everybody thinks they know how this is going to go, but they really don't. Like the draft starts, like everybody thinks like Jeremiah Love might go to the Cardinals at 3.
Yeah.
And if he does, isn't that going to like, okay, Sonny, like all of a sudden we just need dumb teams to make dumb moves. Yeah. And, that's going to help us. And all of a sudden it's like, we can trade up and get Sonny Styles. We can trade up and, it's possible.
That sounds
right?
just like people saying the Lions were dumb for picking Jahmyr Gibbs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't. We had infrastructure around him, though, right? I mean, that's the difference. The Cardinals have pretty much nothing.
But,
They've got a wide receiver who they don't. Couple wide receivers, but they have no quarterback. Their line's beat up. Now, last year they had a lot of injuries on offense, probably comparable to our defense injuries, right? But still, it's hard to. Do you want to take a guy who's got a 6-year career or 8-year career and slip him in there without any supporting cast for a couple of years?
And Chris, you said it earlier. Brent and I, Dan, a few other people that are on the chat here, Terry. We've been doing this for a long time. We started out on AOL AIM.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is our Super Bowl.
Hey, kids, we're on AOL Instant Messenger.
Well, I remember when I got the disc, the floppy disk in the mail for USA Today back in 1991.
So this is our Super Bowl. I mean, the Lions have gotten much better in the last few years, and I do think they're still a Super Bowl contender, whatever most other people say. It's always fun. You never know what's going to happen. Like you just said, Arizona could come in and just disrupt everything. That's been a lot of talk the last few days. I was driving down to Alabama and listening to NFL radio, and almost everyone there said Arizona's going to take Jeremiah Love.
Wow.
And then what happens? What's Tennessee going to do? And this is going to the ripple effect. Then again, if you can't get Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs, just hold tight or trade back. There's no need for anybody else.
That's
only
a
other
great
guy
point.
might be Bain.
Maybe
if he slides.
Maybe,
but I don't think he's going to slide. I mean, once Reese and the other kid from Bailey go, Bain's the next hottest guy on defense, right? Unless you need a safety or a linebacker. So I don't think Styles gets past Dallas, and I don't think Downs gets past either of the Ohio teams. So.
Well, the Jets, or not the Jets, but the Giants, they got 2 draft picks.
Yeah.
And
they do.
That's true. Harbaugh had Kyle Hamilton, and before that he had Ed Reed. So, he may want that middle of the field.
And
defender.
we think they're going to backfill that position with DJ Reader that they sent back into Cincinnati. So that leaves them the ability to, pretty much get whatever they want at 10 with whoever's available.
So Dan, you mentioned Bain as a possibility. I mean, obviously that it doesn't feel likely, but
yeah,
a lot of these things are coming out now. Prior to the draft, that a lot of these GMs have known for a while. Bain's gotten a little hot water, and so some of these players that could drop. Because of that kind of stuff. We've covered this, for those of you who are just now joining us, or, haven't joined the last maybe 3-4 weeks, we've talked about a lot of these players that potentially could drop because they're running into some trouble, whether that's, and Bain had a situation where he got in a car accident and somebody lost their life. Right. And so that's unfortunate, and I don't know that all of the details of that kind of stuff, but this stuff comes out around the draft, and then somebody's on the fence between Ruben Bain and another player at another position of need, and all of a sudden he drops a little, and the next team doesn't need that position, so he's dropping. Do we see any other players between now, between let's just say 2-17 that could potentially go lower. Is it Caleb Downs because of the position, because of the safety position? Jeremiah Love gets drafted at 3. All of a sudden, he becomes what, the seventh highest salary for a running back. I mean, some teams look at that and they're making choices for their budgets, because they're like, we're not going to be able to spend that kind of money on this guy. So Dan,
if Downs were to drop past 10, let's say, then you have to start being concerned that knee injury, that thing that came up, is legit, right?
Yeah.
Gerard McCoy is going to have that. He's going to experience that drop. If that bone plug issue, he could fall out of the first round because the way they're saying a second surgery, he will miss the entirety of this year. So no one's going to use a first rounder on a kid that's not going to be there, knowing he's not going to be there, right? Unless you've got everything you need and you're building for the future. Bain, it may be more the production and the tape are what they are. The problem we have as Lions fans is we also have a no turds policy. So at what point does the turd get exceeded by the potential and the type of turd? Is this issue here?
Sorry to interrupt, Dan.
He's talking about turds. And
sorry.
Roger Goodell's making the announcement here, ladies and gentlemen. We know the Raiders pick is likely going to be Mendoza, and we'll find out right here. Fernando Mendoza is the pick. Shocker. Our first shocker of the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Fernando Mendoza, all smiles at his home. Where is he at? I'm not even sure where he's at.
He's from Miami.
He's in South Florida. Okay, excellent.
South Florida.
Very happy. He's going to garbage franchise under the tutelage of Tom Brady. So there you go. No, I'm kidding.
I actually think they've done quite a bit to be a little bit better.
They've done. Sure. They got themselves a center, right? It's interesting, though. One of the posts a few minutes ago was that once Mendoza goes, expect the Jets to, even though they know who they're taking, to kind of let it ride as long as they can, just to see if somebody comes approaching them with just an offer you can't refuse.
Let it go 8 minutes, man. Go the full 8 minutes. I love it. So we've got some picks in. Let's hear what everybody's thinking here in the chat. There's a lot of folks chiming in. Amy, thank you for joining us tonight. Amy Fulis, 6620. Thank you for joining us. Soder is in the house. I remember when Major Kreider called the Sergeant Soder into his office to watch Lions games while we were stationed together in Japan. Awesome.
That's an order.
That's an order, Brian. Brian's living in Germany now.
Oh, nice.
Brian's living, vicariously through him.
Awesome, Brian. Thank you for joining us. That is definitely a familiar name from the email list back in the AOL days when we were on 56K dial-up. So appreciate you joining us. Josh. I mean, obviously that was the pick, but that would have been crazy had they not picked Mendoza. I mean, just everything that went into that was just incredible.
So you mentioned earlier who falls. We kind of skipped.
Please,
because the pick was coming in, and thanks for highlighting that, everybody that did. But the guy that I think could really intrigue the Lions if he were to fall is the good Ola Ione.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If he were to fall,
offensive guard. We were joking around earlier about how much we miss Jeff Hardings. And there is the possibility if the Ravens don't pick him, then there is the possibility that he could be a guy who's there for the Lions. And as I was reading a little bit about him, there are some that project because of his abilities, he's very nimble, and that folks believe he could play right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that say some of the things that I've read that say he could play left tackle. Ione.
Interesting.
I'm reading the Beast from the Athletic. For those of you that don't subscribe to
Dane Brugler of the Athletic.
It says, lean for a 320-pounder with hulking arms, thighs, trunk, and a proportion build. He's very flexible, efficient footwork, especially on pulls, sweeps, and zone runs. He's a mauler in the run game. Puts defenders on skates, eventually back on their backs.
Yep.
But these are the kind of guys, and he is a gritty guy, a grinder. And so don't be shocked if the Lions were to elect BPA over some of the offensive tackles that have been conjured or discussed on the various
Jets
social
pick
media
is in. Jets pick is in,
This is not
and
gonna be
so
a hard one.
this is I mean, they're showing Arvell Reese in the back, not talking to anybody on the phone. I'm always looking at that, but I'm thinking to myself, maybe that shot was from 5 minutes ago, right? Who knows what they're doing?
Take Arvell Reese.
They may take Bailey.
I think it won't be Reese. I believe it's going to be Bailey.
You're going to be Bailey is the pick, I see. Okay, all right. Do you know something we don't know yet, Dan? Dan's like, Thunder Thumbs over there on X, getting the pick before the pick. Josh says, I'd let Pittsburgh trade up with us to nab them. And Mario, yes, 8 minutes per pick now, which is, I'm loving this already.
Yeah,
it was like, it just felt like we just got done talking about Mendoza, and here we've got the Jets pick coming in. And yeah, Jim, we're going to talk about Simpson. That's going to be a point of conversation, whether or not we think he's going to go. We do think he's going to go next as the next quarterback, but whether or not he's going to go late first round, again, dumb teams do dumb things. I don't think Ty Simpson, in my opinion, is a first-round quality quarterback. But here we go. Here's the Jets pick. It's in.
The commish is up.
This is gonna be Bailey or Reese.
Yep.
It's Bailey.
Wow.
Wow.
It is Bailey.
Wow, even after all of the stuff on the sideline with the photographer and stomping on the dude's head on the field, is this guy the new Ndamukong Suh, Dan?
Now, didn't they,
Aaron Glenn's kind of guy, apparently.
they canceled their on-site visit with him earlier this week.
Really?
And they said that they canceled the on-site visit because they had everything they needed on him and they didn't need anything else.
David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech, phenomenal talent. There's no question. The guy, phenomenal edge rusher. I don't think that was, and body type, everything about him is like prototypical edge rusher. Jets are going to jet.
Yeah, well,
curveball though.
It is a curveball.
On most boards, he's number 7 on the Beast. He's not even the top linebacker or edge.
What are the concerns at the from the Beast? Is the concerns anything on the field? I mean, I didn't see anybody that looked at this guy and said his measurables were all exactly.
His size is a bit of a concern because he's not going to get much bigger than 250, right? He's more of a edge, like truly more of like a specialized rusher. Might be a liability in a run.
He's not a run.
So mediocre anchor and can be moved, especially by doubles and angle blocks. Inconsistent instincts and hand use for quick sheds. Some tightness in movement, especially at the top of his rush. Only one full season as a starter.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, real quick, just to go back to what you were saying, Brent, about Ione, and here's a pretty good resource for everybody listening. If you go to NFL.com/IQ, they've got the big board, and it's got it broken down by each position and where they think people are going to go. They've got Ione as a top 15 player.
Yeah.
So
And I mean the point that I think we've made all along is, and I really want to get into this over the next couple hours. The Brad Holmes, what does it mean that he's completely reevaluated his draft strategy? And frankly, his success in the first and second rounds and hit a few hits here with Amon-Ra and others. He hasn't had the same success, and there are talented players every year in those 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds that end up playing in the NFL. And so I'm hoping that what we see is success in finding those talents across those rounds. And but it's just one of those things that I wanted to raise for us to talk about later, or whatever you want, Chris. You're the producer director of Great
Listen,
Mains.
You bought me a barbecue sandwich tonight. You make the rules. Speaking of make the rules. Jim Fuse is chiming in. He says Gary V needs to make more money to save the Jets. So our first firecracker response from the chat.
From your partner, your business partner.
I love that. That's right. Penn State guard. Yeah, Josh would love to see. Would love to see that Penn State. I mean, the dude just feels like a Detroit Lion too. Just
they're guys. Look, I've done so many mock drafts. I can tell you there are so many players that I would love to wear Honolulu blue, and I wish we were in a situation where we had multiple draft picks in the first and second rounds, or even the third rounds. And so I'm hoping for some creativity from Holmes. Yeah. Won't be disappointed if he picks a player that's supposed to be picked in the top 15 at 17 at all. I just I'm trying to think of ways to build depth, and the last 2 years, what has bit us?
Injuries.
Depth.
It's going to be interesting.
And depth, right?
Sorry, I thought you were done, Brett.
No, I'm done. Yeah, no, please go ahead, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's going to be interesting now. I mean, let's talk about what just happened here, because now Arvell Reese,
there we go. Yeah.
who everyone thought was going to the Jets, is now sitting there. And the Cardinals, who desperately need tons of stuff, and let's just be honest, all the way down to pick 9, every one of those teams has a need for an edge or a linebacker. Yeah. So the Cardinals have just picked, according to the
the pick. The pick is in. It's a minute 17.
Who is it?
Cardinals.
Yeah. No, I don't know who it is. The thing's gone.
Yeah, he said Love.
Did he say Love?
Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter, because that is who the pick is going to be. It appears is that they are taking the running back, even though Reese is sitting there, and they have a desperate need at both edge and linebacker, which Reese can play both.
Well, they're going to be spending a lot of money on Jeremiah Love. I mean, listen, he's a great. He looks like he's going to be a great running back. But
it feels like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
That feels like a pick to put butts in the seats.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, they need
Sell
that.
tickets.
Yeah.
Well, they could have done that, Dan, by picking the best player available.
Oh, that's too.
They could have.
Because you'd win more games.
Why build a team?
But now you're looking at the ripple effect now. Arvell Reese is now at 4. That moves everybody else down that was up there. So,
and
I hate the rounds.
Your scenario might be coming true, Dan.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I hate to admit it, but Dan's scenario's starting to play out here.
They're showing Jeremiah Love and he looks happy. Jeremiah Love looks happy, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna have our first running back.
He's a chiseled.
When's the last time a running back's gone this? Well, Genty went.
Genty, and then the Atlanta Falcons picked. The
Bijan.
Falcons picked Bijan.
Genty was 6.
4 or 5.
Bijan was 7th, I think.
7th. Okay.
Oh, Genty was 6.
Yes.
So this is if this happens, which we think it's going to be Jeremiah Love right here. This would be the highest pick for running back since.
Barkley.
Who knows?
Barkley.
Saquon. Okay. 2. Interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
But you had guys, I mean, running backs really have been deprioritized in this passing NFL that we have.
Oh, unless you get a Jamar.
Rappaport said no calls came in, so they didn't. They just went with their pick.
Jeremiah Love is the pick.
Love,
holy smokes!
Cardinals be cardinaling.
This is. There were some people that made this kind of mock, and there was a lot of talk, to Mike's point earlier, about Love being the guy here. But boy, if you're a Tennessee Titans fan or you're a member of the Tennessee Titans brass right now, you just were salivating way too early about Cam Ward handing the ball off to Jeremiah Love.
Can you say this is best player available, though?
100%.
For the Cardinals?
For the Cardinals, yes.
I mean, he's the best player available.
I think Caleb Downs is the best player available, but he won't get drafted until, whenever he does. But I think for them, yes. Yeah. I mean, who's I don't follow the Cardinals that much, but I mean, I know they got rid of Kyler Murray. Who's their quarterback this year?
Brissett, maybe?
Jacoby Brissett, but he's sitting out. He's not participating off-season activities.
Well, maybe Simpson. They're hoping Simpson will fall to him in too.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Jeremy Pulsifer just landed in North Carolina yesterday. Too many Honolulu blue jerseys. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for joining us. Looks like the entire pit area is on the draft, but I think there's more people in Detroit. But these Yinzers, they're gonna say that there was more. That's just kind of the way it's gonna be.
Chris, can I just add? I am so happy to see the old Lions list.
Yeah.
Guys,
100%.
Josh and Soderpop and Jeremy and Terry and
Simon. Where's Simon?
Oh, he's sleeping. He'll be up in a bit.
He's asleep.
We talked to Simon
We talked to
earlier.
him
Alarm to wake up.
Just for everybody's knowledge, we spoke with him before he laid down. But Simon will be on later.
So for those of you who just joined us, number one pick was absolutely who we thought, Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders. Number two, David Bailey, the first slight surprise, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech, going to the New York Jets. And then Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame, outstanding running back and the best running back in the draft by a mile. Going to the Arizona Cardinals at pick number 3. And the Tennessee Titans are 3.5 minutes away from making a pick. Dan, who are the Titans going to pick? They wanted Jeremiah Love.
I don't know, but I just read something that just dawned on me. That's a bad pick for us because his contract's going to count against the money that we would need to get Mr. Gibbs re-signed. He's guaranteed $52.5 million as a third overall pick.
I thought it was lower than that.
So
wow,
that's
That's a lot of money
cash
for a guy who hasn't played. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
wow. I mean,
Now who should? Yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
truth
So
be
the
told-
Titans are
truth be
interesting.
told, Gibbs
They
was
got a
good.
bunch of needs. They need O-line, edge,
Yep.
wide receiver, running back, linebacker. They're not taking a running back because there's nobody left, right?
right.
Wide receiver, maybe. But, they could be looking at Reese, and again, he can play edge, he can play linebacker. He might be a dual purpose for them to bring him in. If he doesn't go there, I'm not sure where he goes. It might be the Giants, might be the Browns. But the Titans pick is in. I don't know who it is yet, but it is.
Yep,
It has been
pick is
submitted.
in.
So
Yeah, well, they're going to let
Yep.
Laura Rutledge grace our screen and interview Jeremiah Love. So I'm going to watch that. No, so here we go. The Titans pick is in, and Soda Pop. He said it's surprised Arizona didn't. I think they didn't. I think somebody mentioned it. I forget who. There was no calls. That's a surprise that no one's talking Arizona at all at 3. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Pick is in.
it's a wide
Tennessee's sticking
receiver.
it
We'll put it
forward
that way.
picking. If it's a receiver, then
Carnell.
Dan's.
It's got to be Carnell.
Got to be Tate, right?
It is Carnell Tate. Yep.
Carnell Tate going
correct.
to the Tennessee Titans. See, we get the picks in early, ladies and gentlemen. You know what?
So you now have Reese, Downs, and Styles that have now we're at pick 5, right?
Yeah.
Those guys have not gone
still
yet.
on the board.
Now I fully expect 2 of them to go, maybe even all 3 to go in the next 3 picks,
Man,
right?
if
But you just don't know.
if you're the Giants right now, boy, you've just got to look at how many players you have to choose from that you thought would be gone already.
Yeah. And
You're
they
the
got another
Giants.
pick 5 after that at 10. So
You think Holmes is
They're-
cooking? You
they're-
think he's thinking about
and the
getting up there
Giants-
into the top 10 and getting
I don't think top 10.
Brent
pretty rich,
Brent
man.
shot me a
You're
look.
gonna
I'm
cause-
not so
you're
sure
gonna
I'm going to
start-
be invited to his house
You're
again.
gonna start me twitching again. Yeah. So Carnell Tate goes,
Agree, Josh.
and then game on.
This is much better. Josh
Yeah.
has got a great pick, man. A great comment here. This feels a lot better. Like there's not as much hoopla.
does.
We're not seeing so much of the, whatever, and they got to be quicker with the interviews. Everyone's making their picks quicker. Maybe we'll see less trades because of it. What do you guys think?
Well, it feels like a good compromise, right? Because the NFL was getting PO'd at Brad because he just didn't wait.
Yeah.
He ran it right up there for the last several years, and they were kind of getting mad at him because he wasn't taking his time. I mean, that's less commercials, right? Less eyeballs
Yeah.
on the TV. So feels like the same minute deal is more of a compromise to, gets the
Nope.
teams to go quicker, but also, doesn't alienate anybody that doesn't want to sit there and wait and twiddle their thumbs.
All right, here we go. This is the Carnell Tate pick.
I
Bam.
just heard talk about the 8 minutes.
Yeah. Carnell Tate. Yeah, best wide receiver in the draft. I thought he was going to go next to the Giants. I think everything else that's happened, before now. I mean, this is my problem here is who's throwing in the ball. I mean, Ward is
Cam Ward.
yeah,
Makes him better.
Get out there.
We saw there's a lot of Ohio State people backstage. There's
Matt
a lot of Ohio
Patricia.
State players, so that's what happens.
Matt Patricia.
For sure. Yeah, so Texas Ranger, thank you for joining us. Texas Ranger says, didn't even realize y'all are in the same room. Yes. Reach out your hands to me, guys.
In Alabama, too, I might add. So take that with what you want.
You just, we're the room that we're in, you're not going to be able to see us all on the same, so we went multicam. Dan is in the great state of Ohio, but we are all here in the Southern Command Center in Phenix City, Alabama, where the skies are dripping with blue Kool-Aid and dropping cornbread on our heads with Lions optimism, because pick number 17 is shortly around the corner. It's going to be here before you know it, guys. This draft is going fast. Or maybe we're just having fun. Or maybe it's the barbecue. I don't know.
Well,
check this out, Chris.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, go ahead, Brent.
No, go.
Oh, I popped something in the chat. So you wanted stuff in the chat. So check that out and imagine if that takes place. I mean, we're talking, draft
are we
day,
keeping
the movie
secrets from
stuff here right now.
From the crowd, we got to share this.
We got to share it. Here we go. I'm going to share it. I don't even know what it is. Benjamin Solek says, Giants on the board with Reese, Sonny, and Caleb all available. Imagine if they go Tyson.
The wide receiver.
Well,
No.
they're picking.
Yeah. Yep.
They're picking
Thank
fifth, and Kelly says that they want Tyson. Kelly Torrance posted on the chat here that
They want Tyson.
and so
I mean, listen, they need a wide receiver.
Let's play this out though. The Giants, Kelly, what other positions are the Giants interested in? That's the key.
E-line, O-line, cornerback, linebacker,
You just
and wide
hit
receiver.
O-line,
And they
because
got
if they
and
go
the pick is in, so they did not trade out.
They've got the
Wow.
fifth and
Giants
the 10th.
pick is in.
Oh, okay. The slide is
Sean.
over. I'll just leave it at that.
Sean's
Oh,
here.
come on. You can't. What are you
Arvell
doing, Dan?
Reese.
Just say it. He's like,
Yeah, but
I know, but I'm not going to tell anybody.
But the
it's
Giants,
Arvell Reese.
the Giants get
It's Arvell Reese.
it is Arvell.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then they turn around and they get Tyson
Or
with their 10th pick,
Tyson with the
Downs.
10th.
or no one offensive
Or they get
lineman.
Lemon. Is it Malik Lemon from USC?
yeah,
Mackay
Mackay Lemon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mackay. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you.
I still think John Harbaugh wants that center of the field defender, and Caleb Downs is going to be there too.
This is crazy.
I
You
just don't
hit that. Well, no, I mean, remember earlier what he said.
O-line, Kelly says.
O line
The Browns are up though.
and
They're going back
Ed
to
Reed.
4-3.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
I mean, Harbaugh has always had a top tier safety. And look, I go back to Joe Gibbs's comments many years ago. He designed his whole game plan around the safeties. And
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
laughing
Chiefs
at some of
traded
these
up, guys.
comments.
Chiefs have traded up to pick number
Oh, you
6
gotta be
with the
kidding me.
Browns.
Chiefs are
Oh,
going to
nope.
6.
Sonny Styles. That's my
So-
guess.
They came up from 9. They need cornerback, wide receiver, edge, D-line, and O-line. And there has not been an O-lineman taken yet. So they got to replace
really-
Mr. Penalty at right tackle. So
Yeah, that guy.
well, that never got called when the Lions played him, and he was offsides every play.
no.
But anyway,
Don't think the pick is in yet, but the trade is definitely taking place.
well, who's
What's up,
best-
Kamikaze? Who's Kamikaze 1976?
Sean.
What's up, Sean? Sean's dropping the bomb in the chat here, and says, "Hey guys."
So
Yep.
Hey, he's recovering right now. So shout out to our buddy Sean,
go Sean.
Get well.
covering in a facility right now, a hospital. He had some minor work done. So, buddy,
Sean.
good to see you joining
All right,
us.
Sean.
Yeah.
Wow, so this is crazy. So we've gone to a commercial. Everybody, like, the pick's in for the Giants. We know who the pick's already is, and they're already going to commercial. We don't go to commercials here, but if you're a Giants fan, go watch a commercial. But so we know Reese is going to the Giants. The Chiefs have moved up and taken the Browns pick, right? So they're picking 6. And we believe
Trade terms in the window.
So who do we think the Chiefs are picking? Give me your
Mayoga.
Look what they gave up. No, I don't think they're going guard.
No,
I think they're. Did you say Mayoga or Ioga?
Mayoga.
Ione.
Chiefs
You said
get pick
Mayoga, yeah,
6.
Miami,
the Browns get Browns get the Chiefs 9. Also pick 74 and 141.
See, that's what I'm talking.
It could be.
That's
Sonny
what you
Styles
want. I mean, that's not.
too.
That's not that. I mean, if you're the
Chiefs.
I don't know.
Chiefs don't really have a linebacker need.
Yeah, but they're
Although they did lose Leo Chanel in free agency, and he was kind of their top backup.
the Browns are only going back.
But
3
cornerback
spots,
and
so-
wide receiver, so it could be Tyson, could be Lemon, could be Bain. They need edge, and the Saints and Commanders are both in front of them, and they both need edges and wide receivers and D linemen, safeties.
Yeah,
I think Downs ends up with Commanders now if the Chiefs don't take him.
Yep, I was gonna say Downs or Bain.
Yeah, Kelly, this is kind of what we're thinking here. They take Styles. We know the Styles is the pick here for the Giants, and Kelly's saying Tyson at 10.
Yeah.
If he's there, right? But I don't know. I mean, you got the Saints need a wide receiver.
You mean
Saints are sitting there at 8.
Saints need a lot of things.
Yes, Saints are going to Saint.
Our good friend Beasy, the 2 fan who's
Beasy.
normally more chatty here. Where you
Chris?
at?
Correction: the Giants took Arvell Reese, not Styles, at 5.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, we still
Arvell, what did I said Styles?
Oh,
Okay.
Wow. We're 2 picks behind, but I already know who the Chiefs are taking, and it's going to throw another curveball at this
Let's
draft.
go. What do we
Brad's
got?
coming up, guys.
So we got
Breaking news.
Arvell Race is going to the Giants, and the Chiefs get who?
They're taking that LSU cornerback Mansour Delaney.
Yeah, they traded their corner
Yep.
to the.
They've traded like a corner the
the
last 2
Rams.
years, haven't they, Brent? Didn't they trade one of the Rams and the year before one
They
of
must
the
have really loved
49ers
him.
or something?
You know, I mean,
top
that's
10.
that they went up and gave up 2 picks and
he
a
was their
swap
top
for
pick.
him.
He's a
Yeah,
top
that
10
was
pick.
their top need according to NFL.com was cornerback. So
offensive
boy,
tackle.
Commanders, boy.
Yeah, they got him ranked 9th here. But yeah.
Yeah, look. I heard the Cowboys were really high on him. That's
Who they high on, Brent?
something
Cowboys?
they were high on Delaney.
Yeah.
Mansour Delane.
Delane.
Delane and yeah. I mean, if you think about that, with Terrell, there was some flags that came up with him. I think he's coming off a major injury. And then, same as the kid from Tennessee, McCoy, who sounds like he's even worse off. So, so the Commanders are sitting here at 7 now. It's like both teams, Commanders and Saints, have desperate need of wide receiver, but they also O-line and safety. I mean,
did Josh say that before they made the pick?
Yep. So yeah, Josh called it. And
look at Josh.
Yep, he
Yeah.
called it before Dan called it. That
It just popped up on the screen, Dan. I'm
yep.
sorry for interrupting you, but
Mansour
you're good.
Delane was something he called before we got that in. So yeah,
okay,
good
Josh,
good
who
idea.
are the Lions going to pick?
Yeah, it's good. Josh. yeah. Let's see how good you really are, Josh.
Yeah. Give him a
Arvell
give him
Reese.
some swag, right?
I tell you what, if you're the Giants right now, that you just got a absolute I thought this guy was going 2, and you just got him at pick 5 by just sitting there, and then you've got 5. Don't blink, you've got another great pick coming up here in 5 picks. So right now, I mean, you're going to see when they do the grades, which they do like right after the draft, which I always think is so stupid. It's like, let's give this 2 years before we give people grades, but everybody does it and everybody looks to see how their team does. The Giants, I mean, unless they completely screw up the 10th pick, which is going to be really hard for them to do, everybody's going to talk about how the Giants have the best draft because you got pick 5 and you got pick 10, and this guy falls to you. One of the best, most talented players in the draft just falls to you at 5.
I know. that we were chatting about the possibility of them drafting Tyson, but could you imagine getting a stud tackle and a stud outside linebacker like this?
They're going to get 2 studs at no matter what the position, Grant. I mean, they got 2 picks in the top 10. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, just the way it played out.
They gave up Dexter Lawrence. Let's not forget why they have a pick 10. They gave up Dexter. They traded Dexter Lawrence. Right?
This is
the Bengals pick.
Tackle.
Yeah. I mean, this is, Dexter Lawrence is no slouch.
One of my favorite guys in the draft that I should have posted to, Brent's faves is a defensive tackle from Texas Tech that just a manster. Like Randy White was.
Yeah.
Manster.
Yeah, move over Mel Kiper, Josh says.
There you go.
Josh, you got to get yourself a wig with the helmet hair.
Yeah. He's a great player, Brent. He's a great player. He's got a great motor.
Yeah, Arvell Reese at this point in the draft, 5 is
it's incredible. And guys, let's not forget, like I think the most talented player, pound for pound in the draft, hasn't gone yet because of the position he plays. No one wants to pick a safety, even though he's an absolute like in my opinion, the most talented player pound for pound in the draft.
I can hear Brad Holmes.
Intelligent too.
Yeah, 100%. Does everything you need him to do. Covers well, plays the run well, blitzes well, super smart. Like the entire defense was centered around. So you're looking at clearly the best defense in college here because all of their players are now going in the first round. But their whole defense was centered around Caleb Downs, and this guy's not going. So I just wonder. So Jim thinks Washington might take Caleb Downs.
I mean, they have a safety need. I wouldn't doubt it.
Sam still and Downs together.
So we'll get to see Arvell Reese this year. The Giants come to Detroit unless we meet them in Germany.
Yeah,
gets to play against Penn A. Well, that's still a home game, isn't it?
Hey, Dan, this comment's from Brian.
I like our odds.
All these OSU players getting picked and no championship last year. That one kind of hurt.
Got the year before with all these guys on the team, though. So.
Hey, Simon's up in England.
Hey, Simon, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Evening, guys. Awake and ready to go. Great show. I tell you what, Simon, just some early takes, and for those who are just joining it, this has been a blast with the 8-minute picks. The Chiefs pick is already in. We already know who the Chiefs pick is going to be. It's going to be Mansour Delane. And we kind of knew that because, Dan's, got his finger on the pulse. Mel Kiper's, he's calling him, on the side phone, on the bat phone. So he gets the picks early. But Simon, this has been a fun draft. We, glad you.
That's my kind of trade.
Next pick's in the chat.
A third and a what?
Oh, really?
Third and a sixth.
And that's official. All right. We're going to go ahead and tell you, Jim Fuse, your team, the Washington Commanders, are going to be selecting linebacker Sonny Styles out of the Ohio State University. Pick. Great pick for the Commanders. Yes, great pick for the Commanders. And so, guys, I can tell you this already. We're at pick 7. We know the Saints are probably picking a wide receiver. Okay, here's the pick for the Chiefs.
The Saints are open to trades, they said today.
Ooh.
Saints are like the Big Easy.
So there's Mansour Delane. All right, so we know Sonny Styles. Jim, you're going to be so happy with Sonny Styles. What a great off-ball linebacker. Just an incredible freakish talent. Can't believe he was there.
No.
Can't believe he was there at pick number 7 for the Commanders. That's just outstanding. Saints on the clock. Not on the clock technically, but Commanders are technically on the clock, but we know who they've picked. So now that we know, guys, we're eight picks away. Caleb Downs has fallen. It looks like New Orleans Saints will probably pick a wide receiver, right?
You still got
maybe
Well,
still
there
got
hasn't been one offensive tackle taken.
exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, there's going to be a run in the first round early.
Well,
before
it could be in the
Lions pick.
middle.
Yeah.
Could be in the middle.
Well, no, they're talking about 10 to 14. They expect to see a bunch of linemen go, or be people trading up into that range to grab them to get ahead of like the Lions. Again, we don't know if that's
Right.
we don't know if that was a smoke screen just to try and push other people down,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the predicted area.
So Cleveland, that was a pretty good trade on their part, I think. I mean, they're Cleveland, but
Well, you add.
Well, yeah, they got two players. 74 and 114, something like that.
Well, they got
and
9.
and then we moved back three.
Move back.
three
They're
spots.
swapping.
They got a
swapping
third
nine.
and a fifth.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, depending on what they do, right?
Well, they
so
need
let's see what they
offensive
do.
tackle,
Yeah,
right? They need.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
Sarah.
that's
Or
going to
another
be
quarterback.
That's going to be one of the top 2 offensive tackles.
Yeah.
If New Orleans goes offensive tackle, which I don't think they will, they get the top offensive tackle in the draft, and they add a 3rd round pick.
Yep.
Well, the 6th is
I think
as
Brown.
well, but
I think the Browns are going to go O-line.
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah, I think we're.
I mean,
They let them
need
all
a
go in the
quarterback,
offseason.
clearly. But there's, I mean, they literally all 5 of them, didn't they? I think they re-signed one of the 5. And DeJuan Jones is chronic injury issues, so.
All right. So,
I know who the Saints are taking.
all right, hit it.
They are taking Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson.
There we go.
O-linemen continue to fall.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we
Caleb
don't even need to
Downs.
move up if we want to get a guy. I mean, holy smokes, Fano, Ione, Mayuga. I mean, holy smokes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks before us. I mean, unless you are enamored with somebody, that you're going to get one of those guys.
Yeah, and I still think there's the possibility a couple more receivers go.
Oh yeah.
Because Concepcion.
Well,
and
we know
Cooper-
Lemon.
Caleb Downs is going, right?
Lemon.
Yeah, we
Lemon.
had Downs. Yep.
Downs.
Yeah.
Dolphins are the ones to watch out for Downs, assuming the Browns don't take him. They could get that Ohio State connection there, but if they go O-line or wide receiver, then the only team that really has a need for safety besides us, between the Browns and us, is the Dolphins. But they need a wide receiver and a cornerback and an edge.
Yeah, this is Terry. I agree. This is very interesting. Sarah, we love you too. Thanks for joining us. Well, Josh, I hope we're watchable. Josh says the broadcast is almost unwatchable with all the social media links, but we all want to know the second it happens, don't we? Yeah, I mean, listen, you could either shut off social media and sit back and enjoy it, or you can go, or you can kind of nerd out like we're all nerding out. And I don't really care that Lynn Swan and Jerome Bettis are on my TV screen right now. I just want to know how it affects my Detroit Lions. And I'm thinking this is not going the way I thought it was, guys. I thought there would be some offensive linemen off, some more edges. Really, I mean, let's talk about best players available, guys. That matter to us.
Brent's department.
Well, now we can start.
We got Brent.
Stacking them up, right?
Well, let's talk about it right now.
So,
You're right. Yeah, let's. Who we got?
Your BPA right now, number 1 best player available is Caleb Downs.
Sure, but
Caleb Downs.
he's not going to be there for us. We got to trade up to get him.
How many picks? Right. How many picks till the Lions pick? We're
8.
at number 8, and we know who 8's going to be. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
8 total picks.
8 total picks. So you look at Caleb Downs. You look at Francis Magoa. You got Spencer Fano. You've got.
I think we got a real
Ruben
shot
Bain.
at Fano now.
Ruben Bain is
Ruben
definitely in there. And then Kenyon Sadiq. And Dylan Teneman.
I don't know if he's there yet.
Well, I'm just saying these are listed as the BPAs, right? Olivega Ione.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever.
Makai Lemon.
Yep. Yeah, Lemon definitely.
Yeah, Lemon feels like a
Keldrick Falk is listed
Ram.
really high.
Yeah, I got him on here.
Falk
too.
is listed really high.
Browns are on the clock.
And then the receivers, Concepcion and Cooper, are sort of wild cards.
Yeah.
Because if a team is really needing a wide receiver, which there are a couple here coming up, then you could realistically expect there to be a couple surprises in that. So very easily you could be looking at an Ione or Sadiq or we're going to get a good player if we stay at 17.
Yep.
Going to get a good player. Freeling's still there. For those folks that have been saying Caden Proctor.
Mayuga, Freeling, Fano, those are the top 3 tackles, right?
Yep.
I think everyone kind of believes.
And
I guess
Ione's
Freeling
probably
may
the
not-
best
may
offensive
not be.
lineman, right, Dan?
Offensive lineman, yeah. No, I think Mayuga is the best offensive lineman, and Ione's probably 1B, right?
Yeah.
Myoga has
just because he's a guard.
foot problem, right? Something wrong with his foot.
He had something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe it's another short arm situation.
But I mean, everything that describes Ione is elite.
Yeah.
Elite. Everything that
Clink.
describes Magoa is he's a good player, and then, frankly the beast here says a durable blocker whose best role in the NFL maybe as a guard. He's a right tackle is what they're saying, and these
from Mayuga.
Yeah, Magoa, however you say
Magola.
it.
Magola.
A
That guy.
durable blocker whose best NFL role maybe as a guard rather than a right tackle. IMG Academy kids, 3-year starter at Miami. He was a mainstay at right tackle and offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson's balanced scheme. 5-star recruit coming out of high school, consensus All-American in his final season. A wide body blocker and freak list. So we've been talking about it's a foregone conclusion that Sewell's going to flip over to the left side, and if you're looking for an offensive tackle at right tackle, he'd be our guy. If you want to trade up, if he falls down a couple more spots, then
I just feel like trading up at this point is I just unless for then I don't think Caleb Downs is falling very. I mean he's going to go in the next 2-3 picks.
I don't think the Browns are going to let him go.
No,
I don't think he's going
totally
to fall
agree.
past the Dolphins.
He's definitely not making
Browns
it past
floor,
the
right?
Cowboys
I think
either.
the Browns have to go.
No.
Go. I mean the Browns have to go offensive line.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they cannot get out of
And
this
they
draft
have.
without.
I just feel like we
Okay,
just
so
sit
there you
pat.
have
I don't like the idea of trading up at all.
no.
Yeah.
I just
The
don't.
Browns starting the offensive lineman run, and it's not who you think.
Okay.
They are taking Fano.
Fano. Yep.
Okay.
That's
9.
that. I've been.
a good
A
pick.
couple of weeks ago, I
Yeah.
started hearing Fano was at the top of the board on a lot of
I mean,
teams.
Fano's top 15 with a 90 plus athleticism score.
And if you're the Browns, you're stoked because you just got a great offensive lineman. You traded.
Yep.
And
You traded down 2 picks and got 2 other picks that you're going to be able to improve your team with. So good on the Browns.
Yep.
You got it. Listen, I'm not a Browns fan, but I'm gonna say I wish my team would do something like that. Right? Obviously, we're not up there as high. We need a dance partner, but that was a nice move by the Browns. You gotta like what they're doing there. All right. Yeah.
Interesting nugget here, Chris.
Yeah.
We prepared a little bit, try and get ahead of the game, to figure out guys who we thought the Lions might take, whether they trade up or, which was far-fetched, we think, or stay put.
Yep.
And out of all those guys, only 2 have been taken off the list so far in Fano and Styles. Every other guy that we had that we think is going to be somebody, whether it's, some of them are, whatever, a couple cornerbacks, but yeah, every other guy is still on the list. So I think over the next few picks, we're probably going to see this get depleted a little bit with the Giants and Finns and Cowboys. But then there's the Rams, and that's the place to watch. If going up 4 spots, we saw it was 3 spots they moved up earlier,
Yes.
and it took a 3rd and a 5th, I believe, to do it. We don't have a 3rd, but a 4th. Both 4th or a 4th and a 6th could do it. possibly, or next year's third or something. But so yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's gonna be interesting. I mean, you guys remember last year we took Tyreek Williams? We're all just like, okay.
Yeah. Yes, I do. That's exactly what I said. Okay.
A little underwhelmed by the pick, but
yeah.
But then after the season, after the season was over, I looked at Tyreek Williams and I went, okay.
There was a little more enthusiasm.
I was a lot more enthusiastic at the beginning of the year. He was knocking down some passes, and I was, and I think I don't know why. Obviously, was not getting as much playing time and certainly not making as many plays. But I do have confidence that the guy will be a good player.
Yeah.
I'm not like,
McNeil,
he's a bust.
Ali McNeil came back is what happened.
And Roy Lopez outperformed. Let's just be honest. That guy was brought in to be depth, and holy smokes, he played very, very well.
So Soda Pop says he's hoping Proctor falls to us. You poked Dan Keener, Brian, unfortunately. But I think
peace with it.
Listen, Caden Proctor is a possibility for sure. However, I think Dan and I are aligned on this. I don't want to bring in a guy that you're thinking is going to be a guard that never played guard. And I think there's just too many question marks on that guy. And the film too. I mean, the film, especially, in Pass Pro, I was like, not a super fan. Jeremy I'm with you on that. So yeah, Makai Lemon did you say Makai Lemon's going to the Saints next pick, or no? It's Tyson, right?
Tyson.
So Tyson's going to the Saints, and we should be putting down these. Put these in the chat because I'm forgetting the early picks.
If the Browns, don't take Downs, can you imagine the Giants getting both Reese and Downs?
No.
They just said the Giants just made their pick.
The Giants?
That doesn't seem right.
Saints.
Well, that was what I just heard.
I thought
they say on NFL Network. That doesn't seem right, though. I
think they said Saints. Dan.
Oh, the Saints. My mistake. Yes.
Yeah, Josh.
Tyson.
We talked about that. I agree. I think, and especially hearing what Saban said about him didn't have me feel great about Proctor.
I think more anti-Proctor than Dan is. I think he's Aaron Gibson, Stocker, McDougal.
I mean,
Aaron Gibson. Oh no, we went deep in the history of bad Detroit Lions draft.
Yeah,
at least he's not that guy that ran with his shirt off that the Bengals drafted from Alabama.
Oh,
remember that guy?
Leatherwood? Was that him?
Alex Leatherwood?
No, not Leatherwood. I don't remember it is. Well, I know who Miami's taken, and the offensive tackle run is continuing.
Well, who did the Giants
take?
God, Dan, where are we?
I'm sorry, the Giants. My mistake. Who the hell did the Browns take?
Exactly what I'm saying. The Browns are next.
Yeah,
I told you that I thought they said that they were already. So the Giants are taking
Fano.
Mayuga.
Oh, Fano is going to the Browns.
Yes.
Fano goes to the Browns, and who are the Giants getting?
Man, so there's your safety at 11 then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who are the Giants getting?
Yes, you're right.
Guys?
Miami.
They're taking Mayuga. Miami offensive tackle.
Yep. Okay.
So
all
that
right.
means
So we have our first
back to
offensive
back.
tackles going off.
Yep, back to back.
First
Two
two
of them.
offensive tackles are gone.
And now Miami can get Caleb Downs if they want.
Unbelievable. Caleb Downs is down here.
Oh, hey,
Well,
Brent.
yeah, but that's
Yes, sir.
this is now you're in the range where if Brad's going to be Brad, this is where you're going to start to see the 3-1-3 to what's
I
down
was
there.
wrong about Juan Roque. He's a
3-1-8.
second round pick.
Roque was the second round pick.
Yeah, I thought it was earlier than what
I thought it
we
was
thought.
6. I thought he was a 6th.
That was Turnstile.
Larry Tharp.
Larry
Yes, sir.
Tharp. God, guys, you're just. I don't know if that's making me feel better about the potential here or worse.
No, well, I mean we haven't.
Larry
We haven't gotten into this either. We have a competent GM.
Yes.
That we've never had in the history of the Lions before. Brad Holmes. So
At least for the first 2 rounds.
I said competent.
If Caleb Downs
I didn't
goes
say
to the Cowboys,
I think every other team would take the success record of Brad Holmes.
Yeah. Well, the graphic that came up last few
Seattle,
weeks about how
Philadelphia.
many number one All Pros he's drafted and number two his success rate.
He has more
And
All
he's
Pros than
second
any
in
other,
both.
the other GM. Well, who was first in All Pros?
Number one in All Pros. Sorry, you're correct.
Yeah, I was
and then
gonna say, he
second
was
in hit rate on players.
So he's better. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't
Easy,
trade
you're
him. I
moving,
wouldn't
the table.
I wouldn't trade
I wouldn't
The
trade him for
cameras.
anybody.
No.
All right, guys. Let's while we have a bit of a lull, let's keep in mind who our opponents are next season. Obviously, when we're watching the draft here, we know that we're going to be playing our division opponents twice, so we don't need to talk about Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. However, when we're watching these teams, one of them just made their pick. New Orleans Saints. We're going to be playing in Ford Field. Tampa Bay is coming up. We're playing them.
We've got the Saints at home.
We have the Saints at home.
Oh,
Yes. We're playing the New England Patriots at home. We are playing the New York Jets at home. We are playing the Tennessee Titans and the New York Giants. And then we're going on the road and playing Atlanta, who is not selected yet, Buffalo, who hasn't selected yet, Carolina, Miami, who's coming up here in the next couple of picks, and Arizona. So we'll be going against Jeremiah Love and the Arizona Cardinals.
They're still rookies.
In a game in Arizona. So we'll keep that in mind as something that I thought about doing before we got to this point was, hey, we're going to be playing against this player this coming season. We know we're playing against Vikings, Packers, and Bears.
Okay, so right now, the best available players. We know that
Caleb Downs.
Magoa is going to go.
Mayoga is next, right? He's
Mayoga,
going to the Giants.
Mayoga.
Giants.
Yep.
Giants.
So you got Caleb Downs, Reuben Bain, Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, Ola, Ione, and we're up in 7 picks now.
Yeah, we're 6 picks. 6 unknown picks.
And unknown. That's what I was going to say. 6.
Dolphins through the Jets.
The Giants are going to go. The Browns and Giants are going to go back-to-back offensive line. Who's the Dolphins pick? Who are the Dolphins going to pick?
Dolphins.
Oh yeah, hey,
Dolphins
listen,
could be.
Josh has got a good point here. Bain hasn't gone yet.
Reuben Bain's
Bain's on the board.
Yep.
That's a
He
great
has not
point,
gone
Josh.
yet.
Yeah, I listed him third. I said
Yeah.
Mayoga,
Yeah, I heard him. Yep.
Downs, Bain,
Okay.
Lemon, Sadiq,
Okay, I missed Bain then.
Mahoney, Freeling.
So teams in front of us are the Dolphins, Cowboys, Rams, Ravens, and Bucks. Dolphins, the only team that needs a safety in that list, but it's their last of their top 5 needs. Their primary needs wide receiver, then cornerback, then edge, then O-line. So Bain to the Dolphins, that's like a twofer, right? You're getting a local kid who fills a need, who's gonna, be a hero down there.
That's true.
But then the Cowboys, I can almost guarantee you, if Bain falls to the Cowboys, that's going to be a pick for them, right? But yeah, I mean,
I just don't.
Giants-
This is not falling
The
the way I
Giants
thought.
pick is in, Dan. If you can look them up, buddy.
Yeah, they took Fano. Or I'm sorry, they took Mayuga, the kid from Miami.
Oh right.
Who did?
Okay, and then
Yeah,
the
this is the tackle
Dolphins-
from Miami. Dolphins pick is coming up after.
So 6 picks.
Yes.
Okay, 6
They
picks.
have not picked yet.
I can't believe we're at pick 11 and Caleb Downs is still on the board.
Dude, it's only been an hour. They started 5 minutes late, right? It's 9:05 after the hoopla. They started like 5 or 10 after, and we have gone through 10
Reuben Bain.
10 picks in the first hour. That is fantastic.
Well, they said they were going to start at 8:06 because we were all sitting around.
So we got Bain, Caleb Downs, Francis Mayoga, who we know is going next. Ione, Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq, the safety, Emmanuel. He's got the triple name. What's his name?
McNeil Warren.
McNeil Warren.
Toledo safety.
Toledo safety. Listen, that's a need, right?
And Tenement, I mean, it's,
Need for us.
There's debate whether Dylan Tinneman or Emmanuel McNeil-Warren are better.
All right, so here is.
And look, Kendrick Falk was
Mailga.
top 15 in a lot of the boards. We haven't even mentioned him.
Cowboys traded up with the Dolphins. That's why they haven't picked yet. So
Oh,
Cowboys moved up from 12 to 11.
wow.
They must have been trying to fend somebody else off.
Caleb Downs.
It's got to be Downs.
Yeah.
There's no.
Is
there's
it
no
Downs
way.
or is it Bain? Because the Cowboys' number one need is edge, guys.
Yeah, 100%. You had already said that earlier.
Yep.
I was conceding.
So you
But
okay?
Caleb Downs
Listen,
is the BPA, and Bain is probably their target. So
and
I don't think it's smart. I don't have to like it. I don't think it's smart. I don't take.
I guess
I take Caleb Downs before Bain. I don't care if you need an edge or not, man. You get that player.
Do we know though that the Downs knee thing is? I've heard nothing here in Columbus, right? Yes, yay or nay. I've heard nothing other than Downs say that it's not true, and he hasn't missed any time. Wasn't on any of the reports.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because that's who they're taking. So Cowboys are taking Downs.
All right.
So guess his knee's okay.
So they swap picks with the Dolphins. I'd be interested to find out what they gave up and what.
Well, the Cowboys secondary was terrible last year.
Hey, they're dumb.
I mean,
They gave up 12, 177, and 180. So that's
Jeez.
2/4.
That's a little bit lower than force.
177 and 180 is basically for a swap, a one pick swap.
Yeah, let me
So they
see
got
where that's
out.
at.
That's
177
two fifth rounders.
is and 180 are both fifth rounders, and like the back of the fifth round.
Yeah.
Two
180 is right
to
before
move
our
up
pick.
one pick.
Yeah, but if again, a smart pick to trade down, right?
Oh yeah. Well, they're probably
Yeah.
going to take Bain, right?
Well, they could
Miami?
package those two as part of another.
What I don't understand is this: it's like, why do that unless you and trade with that team? If you thought the Dolphins
Brad
were going
Holmes
to,
was calling up.
Someone was trying to get it.
Yeah, the Dolphins' number one need is wide receiver, and the Rams' number one.
so they just
need is wide
leveraged it,
receiver.
and who knows if they're telling the truth? Who knows?
Well, I mean, the Dolphins could have called the Cowboys and said, "Hey, we've got an offer for this, and they're going to take him. Are you guys interested?" And I mean, 2 fifth rounders at the end of the fifth round is nothing to move up one
it's nothing.
spot.
Yeah. Not for
That's
guy.
funny money. That's monopoly
right,
money.
not
so
in the first round, right? I mean, that's a great deal for the Cowboys to get able to move up one spot for just 2 fifth rounders.
Giants, Arvell Reese and Francis Mauigoa. God, that's going to be, everybody's going to talk about great.
Pick
But
up.
when you get 5 and 10, you're going to get great players. I mean, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
no one's going to talk about how great the Seattle
you
draft
better
was.
get great players.
In the first round.
you better.
You have to get them.
Exactly. That's a reason why that they're up there. There's a reason why all these teams are like, oh my gosh, did you see the great draft that the Cardinals had? Well, they're not a great team. That's why they're picking up there.
Do we know who the Dolphins are getting at?
I don't know, but they could be your wet dream, Brent, and they could trade back a second time if somebody's trying to jump up and grab a tackle in front of the Lions and get more picks.
Well,
I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying they could.
I mean, what lineman would the?
Do you think we'll
Lions-
ever find out if Holmes was trying to get up and that Cowboys
It'll come
jumped
out
in front
eventually.
of him? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
That
eventually
would
will
make me
report it because
sick
it'll
if
just
that were-
slip.
If that were the case, that'd make me sick. To know that we could have had.
It depends on what you
Caleb
have to
Downs.
give up to get him.
Well, yeah, we would have been giving up they gave up 2 back of the round fifths,
For one spot.
and that was only one spot. We would have had to move up 6 spots. 1, 2,
First
3,
and
4,
second.
5, 6 spots, and that we'd be throwing in like next year's third, and probably our fourth, one of our fourths.
And they probably didn't want to move down that far too, because they,
Yeah.
whoever they're picking now.
The talent fall off now starts after these next couple picks. When Bain, and again, Bain because of the personal issues, Eagles probably will jump up
Yeah.
and pick him.
Short arms.
Yeah. I'm sorry, he's
the
not from Georgia,
the
but they got the
Jaguars-
driving.
How
The
well does he
driving
drive?
violation
Yeah,
is
how well
that-
does he drive? Let's find out. Find out what his driving record
Well,
is.
it's Bain, and that he was the one you talked about him earlier about the accident. So
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I mean, he fits the motif.
So you got, I mean,
those guys, they need somebody because they have too many expensive guys in that D line. They're probably not going to be able to re-sign Jalen Carter next year. That's why they went with the other kid. Was it Jordan? What's the other kid? Jordan, the other D tackle. But they re-signed him this year. I don't think Carter's coming back.
Simon agrees on Proctor. Struggles with speed. Soder says Bain falling due to his short arms. That's a possibility. So I think I'm mixing up the Soders here. So I've got BM Soder, but Soder Pop is actually Brian's younger brother Troy in the chat. So
well, no, Brian is Soder Pop. That was his call sign in the Air Force. Brian Soder Pop.
Okay. Well, then there's a Soder Pop, and then there's a BM Soder. So straighten it out, chat. Which one? Who's who? Because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at something that says Soder Pop, and there's arrow pointing to it. It says Brian Jacob. Okay, we're just gonna call you Soders.
Oh, Soder Pop.
Just grab Brent's phone and see who's in his contacts because he's the one that got them all invited.
Oh man! All right, so. Do we know for a fact that the Cowboys are picking Caleb Downs?
Yes.
We do. So we have that. So we just don't know who the Finns are picking.
So it's Jordan Davis.
Correct.
Yeah, Jordan Davis.
It's on commercial on NFL right now. So
Jordan Davis.
We have a guy falling to
What's
the
that,
floor.
That's the other Eagle lineman.
Oh, the other D tackle.
Yeah, you had asked earlier.
Yeah. He got banked, dude.
All right, so while we have a little bit of a lull here, waiting on the Dolphins pick, and we do not play. Let me just make sure. No, we do not. Yes, we do play Miami this year. So that's something to keep an eye on. But I want to hear from the chat on this one because this will be fun before we hear who the Miami Dolphins are selecting here in the first round.
By the way,
put it in the chat. Who is the best first-round draft choice by the Detroit Lions of all time? The best. And then before you just hit enter on it, put who you think is your favorite first-round draft choice. So it's a difference, right? Not you could say this is the best, but my favorite one was this. And no, mine is not Stocker McDougal. So you guys let us know. There's a bunch of folks here in the chat. The Soders, the family Soder, Josh, Simon. Let us know who you think the best first round draft. I have a feeling I know who it is. Rhymes with Ferry Manders. And but who's your favorite?
Not only was he the best, he was my favorite. Barry. I mean, I love Megatron.
I've got a weird take on this. Chris, my favorite first-round draft pick was Tony Mandarich because the Green Bay Packers were stupid enough to let us take Barry Sanders.
I love it. You could also say that about Aiden Hutchinson, right? Because we, yes,
dinosaur arms,
Davon Walker.
Dinosaur arms.
Yeah, because of Walker getting drafted before Aiden Hutchinson, and then we got that. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I mean, I think I think the best first round draft choice we ever had to have been Barry Sanders.
Ooh, Stafford, my fave.
Stafford's a great one.
Soder, Brian Soder.
Simon says Barry.
All right, Dolphins
Billy
pick
Sims.
is in. I don't know what it is yet.
There's another great
but the
name.
Rams are on the clock.
And Stafford is my favorite.
I loved Billy Sims.
Oh man, these are great. Favorite was Hutch. See, this is kind of what I was thinking. Like if you're somebody that's a current Lions fan, you may know that the best one that we've ever had was Barry or maybe Megatron. But favorite
Holy
being Hutch.
Shit. Sorry.
Wow.
Hold on. Jay Glazer just posted the Rams are drafting Ty Simpson with the 13th pick. McVay actually told Stafford today their decision and made it clear it's for whenever Stafford decides to move on.
Good.
And they are on the clock. So thank you, Les Snead.
We have the dumbest pick of the draft so far. I'm sorry. What?
Well, I still don't know who the Dolphins picked, by the way. So
I was going to say Caleb
what
Downs.
What if the Dolphins took Simpsons?
Glazer reported.
That's
it.
less.
Ty Simpson
like a minute ago.
is going to the Rams.
That's good for us.
Good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ravens. So we got 3 picks. We don't know. Oh my god. We don't know who the Dolphins picked yet. Dan's going to figure that out, I'm sure. Dan, you are like a bloodhound.
Sir.
So Dan is the bloodhound.
All right.
Oh, wow. So this is a good take here by Josh. Josh says Barry Sanders is the best, but his favorite, and this is a great point, Penei Sewell, because he was the first pick that set the tone for the rebuild.
There you go.
I love that. I love that take.
Yep.
Penei Sewell is. I love
Did
Penei
Caleb
Sewell.
Downs get picked yet?
Yeah. He's a Dallas Cowboy.
Reuben Baines?
Dallas.
No,
Traded up for him.
Reuben Bain has not been
Nope.
selected
Not been
yet.
selected.
Bain might be sitting there for
Well, he
free
may be a
without
Miami
moving
Dolphin
up.
for all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He could be a Dolphin or a Tampa Bay Buck because they have a need for edge.
Well,
too.
Lemon could go in any of these picks because Lemon's.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
Terry,
have
good one.
at a need at
Barry Sanders is the number one. This is clearly number one as far as best, but Billy Sims was a close second for
You
him.
didn't hear me say that a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I
I've got a
love
lot
Billy
going on in my
Sims.
head
I love
right
Billy
now.
Sims.
I'm talking. I've got voices
we got
in my
robbed
head.
of greatness, man.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I loved when Billy Sims would jump up in the air and springboard off shoulder pads and Billy Sims was
Kick
a
Oilers
maniac.
guys in the face.
That was the best. That's the best highlight ever.
Everybody was kung fu. My kids got me a shirt one time that said, "Surely not everybody was kung fu fighting."
All right.
not
Well,
everybody.
hey, we're saved. Thank you, Dolphins.
Who the Dolphins pick?
They took Proctor.
Yes!
They took Caden Proctor. So we don't have to worry about
Bain
that.
is still available.
Reuben Bain
Are
and
we
Mr.
sure
Short
we're
Arms
happy
is
about
still
that?
available.
Are we sure we're happy about that? Now I'm like, maybe they know something we don't know. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, he's
Nah, we
a
don't
big-
know
he's a
anything
big
about
body.
it. So
So
Rams took Simpson,
said-
and we are sitting with the Ravens on the clock.
Well,
like I said a few weeks ago, if you
3 picks, guys.
Proctor in there and run the football with Penei Sewell and Proctor on the right side or on the left
I mean,
side.
everybody in front of us needs edge, O-line, D-line. Ravens need a wide receiver and an O-lineman. Buccaneers, edge, corner, linebacker, O-line. Jets, quarterback, edge. Well, I'm sorry, edge, wide receiver, cornerback. Who did they take in the first? They don't need edge anymore because they got Bailey. So Jets need corner, O-line, wide receiver. So that could be who's the next kid up, wide receiver wise? Lemon.
Tyson, Lemon. I'm sorry,
Makai Lemon?
Yep, Lemon.
I can't believe Proctor went 12.
And look, the Ravens.
Good for them.
The Ravens have an offensive line need. They could go, best tackle.
Ravens are going to
Ione
get Bain.
Go Vega.
and Bain. Well, that Bain is a Raven type player.
Yeah.
But they've got 3 good picks that they can choose from. The Bucks need an edge, and they also need a corner linebacker. Jets need an edge. Jets selected David Bailey. They got their edge. So wide receiver, Jets wide receiver, cornerback, offensive line, because their quarterback's gone. They just lost Simpson.
Man, if Proctor likes Cuban food, that dude's going to weigh like 390.
He just needs to be a professional.
Nick
Professional
Saban
eater.
doesn't think he is. he had room for pause. Soda Pop says he wants Freeling. Is Freeling too high at 17 given the players available, guys? Do we go Monroe Freeling here?
I think Freeling has a deficiency in run blocking, right, Mike?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that earlier. His PFF grade for run blocking was 252nd out of 632 tackles. That is by far and away second worst to Caleb Tiedemann of Northwestern.
Wow.
Good pass blocker, 10th overall. So, that might be left tackle type territory, right? So that's a possibility as a left tackle.
Well,
But,
I think there are much better options for the Lions if they're able to get that BPA, regardless of what position.
Yeah.
Not have to reach for
Yep.
somebody that might be, the 28th rated
All
player.
right. So we know the Rams then, Brent. we know that the Rams are picking Ty Simpson. So we've got Ravens, Bucks, and Jets in front of us, right?
And you got Lemon, Bain.
Ravens, Bucks, and Jets. Yep.
You got Lemon, Bain, and Ione would be, and then Sadiq. Those are the top 4 guys that are left.
Kind of feel like Sadiq's going to the
Ravens. The only one with a tight end need though.
Yep.
So
yeah, Andrews is old in the tooth, and they lost what's his name?
The other kid,
Lively.
the other guy tore up his
Lively.
knee,
Isaiah
right?
Lively. Lively signed a free agent contract.
Oh, Lively. Yeah, Lake. Yeah.
So Sadiq
so the
goes
Jets,
to the Rams. Or, I'm sorry, goes to the Ravens.
No,
Go ahead.
They need no line. They need no line more than they need a tight end.
So who they go?
But
with?
he is the
Freeling?
best tight end. So
Did they
who
go with
knows?
Freeling?
Who's that?
I'm just asking Dan.
Oh.
Does he know who the Ravens?
I'm sorry.
picked
What was
yet?
that, Brent?
Do you know who the Ravens picked yet?
Don't have. Not yet. As far as I know, they're still on the clock, and in theory, they could be fielding trade offers right now. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the top players listed on ESPN's board is Bain, Lemon, Sadiq, Freeling, Ione, McCoy, Messidor, Tinneman, McNeil, Warren. That's your board. Up to
I think
9.
we might go Ione here, guys. I mean, it's hard to believe that he would last that long. He's an out. I know he's a guard is still a need for us.
And he's played multiple positions. So
we talked a lot about him earlier. I think he's a day one starter. I just don't feel like Monroe Freeling is. I just feel like he could be, but I just don't feel as solid about him. You know, for the reasons Dan brought up and some of the other research that I've done. So, like, I kind of feel like, I don't know. Oh, we have a special guest in the chat here. Sonia Stone says, "Hi, Chris. Go Lions." Hi, honey. Thanks for joining the chat.
She's just checking to make sure you're supposed to be where you're at. Yeah, you're at where you're supposed to be at.
Sonia, we are in the Southern Command Center in Phenix City, Alabama, where the skies are dripping with blue Kool-Aid and cornbread and Lions optimism as this crazy draft moves on. Looks like they're going to commercial here with the
Ravens.
with the Rams pick on television. So I have a feeling this is going to be a big Ty Simpson, and Simpson's backstage too. So they're gonna it's gonna be a while before we actually see something on TV. But Dan's gonna get that Ravens pick in, so we can start talking about how that's gonna relate to the Lions.
I will.
Chris, do you want to break this Lions pick when it comes, or do you want me to just blurt it out?
Well, I mean,
when it happens,
we can start chewing on it.
Hit me in the chat with it. And then I'll hit me in the chat when you get it. Yes. Thank you.
I shall do that, sir.
Yes. and then we'll do it. Because I think what we want to do here, we got an active chat here. Terry's in the house. Boy, if Terry Anderson shows up in your chat, you got to pay attention to your chat. I'm telling you.
Hey, by the way, Terry, if you're looking to relocate, the Lions are looking for a 12-month intern photographer shooting video. So, you want to ever move from the East Coast and come back to Detroit, they got a role for you, sir.
Jeremy's breathing
a bit easier now. Everybody with the best players available right now for the Lions. We're looking at 4 picks away, right? Actually 3, right? Because Ty Simpson's going to the Rams. 3 picks away. Everybody put in the chat right now. Who do you want? Who do you think the Lions will pick at 17? Put it in the chat. Who do you think the Lions will pick? I know you might want a player, you might hope, but who do you think? And I think there's a difference here.
Yeah.
If you want to put them both, go ahead and put them both. Here's who I want, but here's who I think. Go ahead. Dan, who do you got?
Quezzy shows up. Who do I got?
Yeah, man. Who do you got? Come on.
Because these next 3 picks could be anybody, man.
I think it's Ione.
I think at this point, who's left? I think it's Ione first, Bain second. Just you can't ignore the productivity. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he does have a good wingspan because he's got a wide chest, right? So arms aren't always everything. And then the next, maybe then offensive tackle.
But chest is everything. Is that okay? You a chest guy? So is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Let me ask everybody on the chat. Hey, let me ask everybody on the chat a question.
Oh, Brent. Yeah. Brent's going to ask the chat. Everybody sit up straight.
So the.
I'm slouching. I apologize. I'm not even watching the feed. I probably look like crap.
So if I were to tell somebody that PFF has an offensive tackle on our list rated as the 67th overall offensive tackle in this draft, would that change your opinion about who you might want to pick if you found out that it was Monroe Freeling?
67th
in this draft.
In this draft.
Or in all of college football for 2020.
Well, you know what? That's true because I did.
It's college football.
It's college football, but I did sort out this year's draft. So he's probably in this draft the 40th rated tackle, 45th. And does that
Freeling?
Yeah, Freeling. Yeah.
He can't run block for shit.
I know.
So no.
And that's why I'm saying I keep telling folks he had a 61.7 run block grade. I am not a fan of Monroe Freeling. I'd rather reach on Blake Miller.
What was your question, Chris?
Who do you think the Lions are going to take, and who do you want them to take?
Okay.
And it looks like Josh is starting to think it is Ione.
Oof. It won't be Ione.
It won't because he's going to the Ravens.
No, Tampa. That is correct.
Wait, you said no. That is correct. What?
So he will not be going to the Lions because he's going to the Ravens.
He's going to the Ravens. So there you go. So the Ravens are going to pick. I can't say his first name, last name Ione, guard out of Penn State.
Just say Vega.
Vega Ione.
Vega Ione.
Man, that would have been nice.
Bain is still out there.
All right, so Bain is definitely the biggest
he's
drop.
not getting past Tampa. There's no way in heck they're going to let the local kid go. That's their number one need.
That's their number one need. So, but again, we've said somebody's number one
Miami.
Need. Somebody's number one need earlier multiple times didn't get picked at the position.
Well,
maybe
they like Mesdor better despite his age. I don't know. I mean, the Jets aren't going to take another edge, but that is a prime spot for someone because they already have a first round pick. That's the number 16 is the spot. If you want to get ahead of Detroit, that's where you're going, whether it's for tackle or edge or whatever. That's where you're going. So,
okay, guys. Well, what's left then is Bain, Makai Lemon, which I don't think tight end is an option. Kenyon Sadiq.
I don't think that's an option for us either.
Tight end.
Door number 3, Brent. What's behind door number 3?
Well, Bain, Lemon, and Sadiq
no.
are the top 3.
What's your favorite move behind door number 3?
Trade down.
Trade down. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If
somebody wants to get ahead of the Vikings for a safety, maybe.
Yeah.
Or call the Vikings and said, hey, we're taking Tiananmen. Do you want him? Give us your 4th.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll take 3/4 to move down.
I wonder if Sean McVay shares an agent with Orlovsky and Simpson. Is he a CAA guy too?
Let's see.
Yeah, so Josh just kind of plays into what we're talking about trading back. He wants a Hennecore over Blake Miller. So I mean,
Hennecore's got an injury history.
Yeah, and he's still raw. He just started playing football when he moved from Africa, right? Dan wasn't there.
I believe so.
Let me check this.
I mean, his numbers are good, right? Like he was 68th overall by PFF. They're decent. 68th overall, 74th overall passing, 135th running. So, like you said, he's good. But you look at the kid like that. Who's the Austin Barber from Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Not as good passer, but he's second overall runner. Lomu, bad run blocker as well. And that's who's left outside of Miller and Dunker, who also has major injury issues. The tackles that are left on the board are all guys that can't run block.
Yep. So Hennecore started for 2.5 years at Arizona State, lined up at right tackle in a gap scheme. He started playing football in the summer of 2021. The Nigerian native ascended quickly at the JUCO level before becoming a starter for the Sun Devils. He made clear improvements in each of the past 3 seasons and played his best ball as a senior. He was one of the standouts during Senior Bowl week. Now, I mean, there is no doubt the guy's a big man, and could fill a need, right? But he's raw. It says he may need a year to develop. He's still learning how to refine his talent on a more consistent basis, but his traits, athletic build, balance, quickness, play strength, form an exciting foundation for a future starting right tackle. He's an ascending player, although he might require a redshirt year and patient coaching staff as he continues to develop.
Doesn't scream Detroit.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
I love this comment here from Josh. If we go tight end here, I'm out. It's reminiscent of Eric Ebron. Although Ebron, I think, went pick like 9 in the year that he
I don't
was,
think Sadiq is Ebron.
Yeah, this is injury history is Brad's bread and butter. So there you go. Messytron, I believe I know who this is. Messytron 87 says Brad trade up for Bain. I don't think that's happening. I think
you stay pat.
I think he's gonna. I'm with
Interesting.
Dan. I think he's going to Tampa. But we'll see. Do we have the Tampa pick
Giants
yet?
are moving.
Oh, Giants are moving.
Giants are moving Mayoga to left guard. Yes, we do have the Tampa pick, and it is who we thought. It is Reuben Bain.
Reuben Bain has gone to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Which
Yes.
is
15th overall for a guy that was supposed to go in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just where Tampa was like, we'll take him. I mean,
Well-
how you got thank
Well,
who wants a
negative,
tight end?
negative.
Or a receiver.
Bad
receiver.
arms, history of issues with the car. I mean, maybe some teams didn't like how he handled that in the discussions. So,
Yeah, I know.
Or a safety.
All right, guys. I'm starting to feel like everybody's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. All these players they want are gone. Ione's gone. Reuben
Jets on the
Bain.
clock.
Jets are on the clock. Lions are next. Who are we going to get here?
Who's left? Who's best left now? Brent with Bain gone.
With Bain
And don't say
gone,
Sadiq.
best
Besides Sadiq,
McKay Lemon.
besides Sadiq,
Mackay
Lemon. Wide
Mackay
receiver.
Lemon,
No, that's why.
Monroe Freeling, Jermad McCoy, Akeem Messidor, Dylan Tinneman,
Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
McCoy's. I think
Cinnamon.
McCoy's off the Lions board
Cooper.
is my guess.
Omar Cooper.
Who's the kid? Which one of the offensive linemen had back issues? Was that Mayoga?
I
I think it was
Mayoga,
from
yes.
Miami.
Yep. So Caleb.
So what team needs a wide receiver? Well, the Jets might take Lemon. They need a wide receiver, and they already took an edge. So
I'm just shocked that LA took Ty Simpson when
Yeah.
they've got Lemon on the board. But
Well, like Nakua might be done, and
He's in rehab though.
I know.
He's going to come out just fine.
I mean, if you look at it from Les Snead's perspective, right? They got the cornerback with the other draft pick, right? And this is exactly what the Packers did with Love and Rodgers, except they actually told Stafford. And Stafford's not a narcissist like Rodgers, so he knows he's 38 and getting at the end of the road, and he's there till he doesn't want to be there anymore, because he's still playing at a high level. So I don't think there's anybody coming up next year in a position they're going to be at. They anticipate being at the bottom of the draft. I don't think they thought anybody was going to be around, and they wouldn't get anybody.
Yeah.
So
Hey Dan.
I'm not a huge Simpson fan, but
Soderpop asked thoughts on Messidor.
Akeem Messidor?
Yeah. I
Other
think
than
he's
his
20
age, I have no issues. I actually like him a little better than Bain because he's more of an all-purpose guy, right? I mean, he's the guy that's going to give you 6 to 8 sacks a year. He's going to anchor your run on that side of the line, and he's going to be a guy you could pair with Hutch for the next 10 years if you resign them both and have bookends that play off each other.
where you got him at BPA for Messidor?
Messidor on the list here. This is ESPN's list again, just to give attribution to him. Messidor's the 7th overall rated player, but it doesn't have Bain off here yet, and it doesn't have Ione off here yet. So
what about Falk? I don't know if Falk's kind of like, I don't know if he's like an end that fits our system.
Falk is the 11th rated player on the board.
Yeah. Is he worth 17?
Falk scares me.
Is the question.
Well, in a lot of things that I've seen, Falk was rated above where he is on this list. Falk was rated top 15 in a lot of lists. But Dan, go ahead.
Yeah. Mesidor, the one thing where Falk gives you the edge, he's a good edge setter and he can knock down passes. He had 4 knockdowns last year, right?
Okay.
Only 2 sacks. That's a regression from the year before. Whereas Mesidor, slightly smaller, but he had 63 tackles, 12 and a half sacks, 4 forced fumbles. The kid Mesidor is a playmaker. So, I mean, although I do really, really like, the kid Jacobs from Illinois and then the kid from Western Michigan later in the draft, but and even Malachi Lawrence. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just
see this is
I'm just not sure what they're gonna do here.
Yeah, this is a tough spot.
Not sure what they're gonna do.
Because
all right, they got the pick in for the Jets, and we don't need to worry about tight end. They took Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay.
Lions are on the clock.
Lions on the clock. Sadiq's gone to the Jets, and we know that Bain has gone to the Bucks. So here we are, Lions fans. Who's on the board? We've got. We talked about Mesidor,
Freeling,
Monroe
Freeling, Blake Miller, Caleb Lomu at tackle.
Lomu's still on the
Keldrick.
Lomu. Why we not talk about Caleb Lomu?
Fano went because he's not.
Because he's what?
Very good.
16th rated player on the board. He's behind Peter
232nd.
Woods, McDonald.
Yeah, his run blocking sucks. 232nd last year in college football. You got Keldrick Falk, TJ Parker at edge. Both cornerbacks, Terrell and McCoy, and Thieneman at safety.
I go Rodriguez.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sticking early for that third rounder.
Sticking with Miller.
You were waiting for that.
Yeah, I gotta feel like it's Miller. I do. Miller or Mesidor?
Don't like Miller.
What's wrong with Miller?
He had a problem. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Parker.
Blake Miller.
I was thinking Parker, Clemson. I was thinking TJ Parker.
He dropped off last year.
Not Blake Miller.
Blake Miller's
I'm okay with Miller.
His career grades, he never made it over 80. And he is a 4-year starter, but he's
it's going to be Freeling.
Mediocre.
It's either Freeling or
if they take Freeling, I think he goes to left tackle and they keep Penne at right. And if it's Miller, they swap. Right, because I think Miller was a right tackle. Correct?
Well, I'll tell you guys
Mike
right now, Freeling is fantastic pass blocker. He's a terrible run blocker.
He is.
So left tackle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
accepting calls for trades.
He's 200.
Yeah.
He's 223 of 552 tackles.
I mean, if the Lions can move back 2-3 slots and still get any of these guys, I mean, this is our This is what Brent's been practicing for, man. He has been working the phones for weeks now.
Brent, get Brad on the horn. Come on,
baby.
I guarantee you, one of the 300 mocks he ran where he traded back is going to have whatever the Lions do in it.
Gas him up.
I kept a few pictures just in case something like that were to happen.
Simon says Miller is a safe pick and will be a 10-year starter at right tackle if Freeling Sewell stays on the right. There you go.
I mean, outside of Proctor going, this is exactly who we thought we'd be picking from, right?
You know, listen, I mean, there's a lot of people talk about trading back, but like it's not like you can just hit the trade back button.
Yeah, I mean, who are they trading up for?
You gotta, that's a great point, Mike. It's like, are they trading? Is anybody giving up to a 4th and a 5th round pick so they can get Monroe Freeling? I don't.
Makai Lemon.
Makai Lemon maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like Mikaela, I didn't think
Lemon
Makai
or the
Lemon.
Safeties.
Lemon was not going to go. Yeah, the safeties. That's, maybe the Vikings think that they can't get Thieneman one pick after us because somebody else wants to jump in. I don't know. It'd be nice to know that he's trying. That's all I want. That's all I want. Like, are you making attempts here?
I guarantee you guys
trade down would be nice.
He's working the phones.
trying.
Of course, the Lions beat writers. Ruben Bain to Tampa Bay, missed opportunity.
Oh yeah,
These guys will find they'll bitch about fucking finding a $20 bill on the street.
I don't.
Just
Freeling's RAS is 9.90.
What's Miller's is higher, isn't it?
Miller is poor value at 17. Josh says.
Just like Jack Campbell was poor value at 15 we took him at. I mean, it's one of these things where it's, Brad doesn't care about positional value. He's all about getting the right player for the right fit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they're already calling him the Dread Pirate Bane down in Tampa.
The Dread Pirate?
Yeah, like Dread Pirate Roberts from The Princess Bride. They're calling him the Dread Pirate Bane.
Jeez. I mean, he's a great player. I mean, there's whatever, short arms, whatever.
No problem.
I see a great football player. So I think he's.
Yep.
I think Tampa's happy to have seen that guy slide.
Yeah.
And I know who we're taking, and it's in the chat.
All right.
God dang it. I can't copy it. I'll just type it.
I thought you were going to say, dang it, because you hate the pick.
Oh, and I spelled it stupid.
Wow.
There you go.
All right,
you
folks.
Go check his Raz and
All
tell
right.
me, wow, I guarantee you'll be shocked.
What is it?
Oh, because you guys aren't logged into the Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it is him?
Yeah, that's what you get for letting Chris call it. He's going to sit there and wait to tell everybody already knows.
Just tell the RAS number.
All right, guys, here we go. We're going to let you know who the Lions are picking at 17. Dan broke the news. The Lions picking at number 17, Blake Miller, offensive tackle, Clemson University. University of Clemson or Clemson University, whatever it is.
Clemson.
All right, so we're filling a need, and we all believe this is going to be.
Shit.
What?
Sorry, nothing. I started putting stuff in the wrong chat. You wanted all the stuff
out loud voice, Dan.
My bad. I mean,
what
shucks.
Is happening? Yeah.
Darn.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the wrong. I got it coming to you.
All right, guys, we have.
I've got.
Well, we've added Mays.
Simon is very happy with the Miller pick. Let's go ahead and.
There you go, sir. You got lots of pictures now. He just looks like a freaking dirtbag too.
Yeah, I mean he kind of reminds me of Decker from that perspective, kind of like just a ball. All right, so there's Sadiq. Wow, they must have liked him over Freeling. Yeah, I mean Freeling was on the board, and
Freeling's a terrible run block.
I mean,
terrible. Good pass
exactly.
blocker,
That's why they like him because his.
All right, guys. Before we see the announcement
18th,
here,
29th, it's that blend, man.
Yeah. Well, you see Blake Miller's overall PFF scores.
Guys, look at the screen. There is a face of the next Detroit Lion, ladies and gentlemen.
You put
sunburned
up
face
next to him, and that's scary as hell. I mean. These two guys
Josh
are like they're like a Great Clips ad waiting to happen between him and Tate Ratledge.
Ratledge got his hair cut this summer.
Did he really?
He did, yeah.
Oh.
He got married. He got engaged, right? Married.
Oh,
engaged.
Yeah, that's right.
Had to clean up for the wife.
The lady said, "Clean it up."
Blake Miller, ladies and gentlemen, give us your thoughts. We've got some folks that are chiming in here. Give us your thoughts on Blake Miller. Let's talk about it, guys. Dan, I'm getting the RAS score up on the screen. You guys feel free to chat amongst yourselves on this. There's the RAS. How do we feel about this, just from a testing perspective for Blake Miller?
I think it's what we expected.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
and I think it's the best bet.
Sometimes
Sorry.
just making. No, it's okay, Dan. you and I started talking at the same time. But the sometimes just making the right pick, the easy selection is the best thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably making some calls, seeing if he could get some players, and like this is one scenario that they're going through, right? And if everything falls the way it is, like this is our guy. This is our next guy on the board. We're trusting our scouts. We're trusting our research. Yeah, is it a super sexy pick? No. Would we have liked other players before? Of course, but I just don't. At this point, I feel like we are good at the tackle position, right? We bring this guy in, and we've got a good young offensive line, blocking for a really good running back,
and we know
protecting.
That our new offensive coordinator Drew is placing a high priority on running the football.
Yeah.
Play action. That's Jared Goff's game.
There we go.
And having another year to develop Christian Dirtbag, as you call him, Chris Mahogany.
Yeah, man, we love the Dirtbag.
We've got Ratledge with his rookie season under his belt. He's going to get better.
Cade Mays.
And I think I mentioned him first, but Cade Mays, the center. And then we've got perennial Pro Bowl #1 offensive tackle in the NFL, Phenix City. So. And Dan has talked a lot about this. The depth, those backup players I think are much better than what they were last year.
Yeah, Simon says experienced, solid at both run and pass, and Borum goes to backup. I didn't feel great about Borum being the starter. I know other people felt differently about it, so that's a good point that Simon brings. But since when does Brad go safe? Soda Pop says he must have seen something in Miller.
Did they meet with Miller? They have an official visit?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I can look and tell you.
Josh says I like the idea of an offensive tackle in this draft. Let Borum and Miller fight it out in training camp. If Borum wins, Miller has a year of experience under his belt.
And I think for day 2 and day 3 of the draft, especially day 3, we need to start going through those visits, and the positions that the Lions targeted in those visits, because the correlation between who Brad picks and those visits, there's a I think somebody did a study. I saw an article this week. Something like 88% of his picks are folks that visit. Now the challenging thing is going to be that he had so many folks visit. There were so many. I mean, Dan's list was massive.
Mm-hmm.
The contact with all the different players, the corners and the linebackers, so I think it's going to be challenging to say, this might be their target. This might be their target.
Yeah. So Dan also brought up the PFF grades here on Blake Miller. He's 6'6", 315, and offensive grade 78.5, pass block grade 83.5, run block grade 73.3. So there's a little deficiency there. Plenty of experience. I just, I don't hate the pick. And here's a shot of the war room here. We could see the Detroit Lions war room. Got a quick shot of that. Boy, they look happy.
They always do.
I was going to say, they always look happy, right? Not as happy as when they got Jahmyr Gibbs. That was awesome. And it looked like Brad elbowed MCDC in the lady parts there for a second. But the Lions.
Dude, they'd be super stoked if they took Hingle McCringleberry in the first round. I mean,
I'd be stoked if they took him.
Ladies and gentlemen, stare into the eyes of the number 17 pick. Stare into your screens and look at his eyes. Oh, it's a Make-A-Wish pick. Oh, he's announcing the pick. That was his Make-A-Wish? Okay.
Nice. We got Kelvin Johnson for the rest of the Make-A-Wishes in the next round.
All right, we're pausing watching this pick here televised for the Lions selection.
That'd be my wish.
Yeah, Simon says once Bain was off the board, I really couldn't see a better fit than Miller.
You know, every time you say Simon says, I can't help but giggle.
Oh.
Simon says.
Simon says, shut up, Brent.
Simon wouldn't say that. Some a-hole named Chris might.
You gotta get that picture off there, Chris. that's creepy.
I know. Stare into the eyes of me. I am your draft choice. Look at my RAS score. Oh, yeah, he got his haircut. Yeah, and he looks like a fine, upstanding young offensive tackle. He is. He's a monster.
6'6", 315.
He looks very young.
Yeah.
6'6" and 3/4. He's almost 6'7". He is tall.
How old is he? He's like 22, 21.
He's
he's a dirt.
He's a
dirt bag. He's kind of nasty.
And
I like
I'm
him.
posting the athletic report on it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good read, guys. He's
Mike Myers vibes there.
Yeah.
He's a molar.
Yeah, he's kind of a dirtbag. I like him. On the field, I'm sure he's just an upstanding human. I'm not sure, but
we still need a lot of help on defense.
He fits the no turds policy, So,
but here's
I heard he's also a very good kid too, right? I mean, I know we were kind of making fun of that, but like he's an outstanding guy, like upstanding citizens player. Fits that mold, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How old was he?
22.2 years.
Oh, good.
Vikings picks in. I mean, is there any shot? I mean, you probably already have this, but it's got to be Thieneman here, right?
I actually haven't been looking, to be honest. I've been busy with that.
But
I will look.
You're good. I mean, we'll continue to break that down.
Survey says
Caleb
Banks. Caleb Banks.
They got decimated.
That's like a Quezzy pick,
they lost
though.
both their starting defensive tackles, remember, because of free agent.
Interesting.
Because of,
his foot
salary cap.
His foot still. It won't be ready till June.
He'll be ready.
Foot issues and maturity issues. He was one of the three players that they were concerned about. Proctor, Banks, and who's the other one?
But I mean,
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Chris, can you open that PDF that I sent to the?
Where'd you send it?
I sent it. I put it on the Lions chat, but
okay,
I can drop it to you personally, or give it to Dan, whatever.
Panthers are taking Freeling.
Okay.
Which is fine.
All right, so
Peter Blake Miller, the oldest of two boys raised in Cleveland suburb of Strongsville, Ohio.
Oh dear.
Yep, he's one that got away from Ohio State.
One of many.
Oh
right?
God, he's from Ohio.
They poached him. We replaced an Ohio State tackle with a tackle from Ohio.
Strongsville High School.
All right, we've got the Beast report here on Clemson's Blake Miller. Thank you, Brent. Is there anything in a particular here that we want to prototypical size, broad shoulders, urgent in his setup? Here's his weaknesses. Let's talk about his weaknesses. Why not? Upright posture. I did notice that.
He was standing very upright in the highlights.
Inconsistent. It feels like that's coachable, right? I mean, you do see offensive linemen come into the pros sometime where they have to learn that. Inconsistent technique in pass pro. Delivers adequate pop but doesn't have overwhelming power to create knockback. Can be late to draw hands from the holster, opening his chest to rushers. Gets caught leaning, requires a half beat to get back in position. NFL rushers will find some success setting him up. Almost all, or 96.5% of college snaps came at right tackle. So there is lingering questions about his position flex. So, guys, are we thinking that this move has Penei Sewell moving to left tackle?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I don't feel terrible about it. We knew this was a possibility. We all thought the best tackle available, and if that means Penei moves, he moves. If it means he doesn't move, he doesn't move. Yeah, there's lots of. Look at how many starts this guy has. Is that 54?
Yep,
starts?
54.
54 starts, so he's got
Eagles-
plenty of experience.
Eagles traded up with the Cowboys
Oh, wow.
to 20, and they gave them the 23rd, 114th, and 137th pick to move up 3 spots. And they got a 7th rounder back. I don't know who they're taking yet, but that's an interesting move up. Inter trade like that. Doesn't happen too often. Let's see what they're taking here.
Unless they're wanting a receiver, because they're going to trade A.J. Brown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
eventually.
pretty much done.
They should have just taken Pickens off their hands.
I'm sorry, do we know who the Panthers have selected?
Freeling.
Monroe Freeling.
Okay.
And then the Cowboys are going to pick the receiver, maybe? Did you see they said, hey, we're not going to sign?
Yeah. Well, no, Eagles traded up to the Cowboys spot.
Eagles traded up with the Cowboys spot.
Yeah, they're taking Lemon.
Well, yeah, they also
want
to trade A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
So,
Well, A.J. Brown's going to the Patriots. It's a done deal. They just have to wait until after the 1st, I think, of June because of the money.
Yeah, June 1st.
yeah, Lemons is he runs routes a lot like Amon-Ra.
Yes, I read that.
Yeah, I watched his highlights. I didn't read it necessarily.
Terry, thanks for joining us. Have a good one.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Terry.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Terry says both tackles starting at another position. Hank Fraley will whip him into shape, says Soda Pop.
Yeah, I'm not overly worried about Sewell moving to left tackle.
I'm not either.
I don't worry
He's
about
played it.
of anything with that guy.
If he
Did he
moved to
play
tight end, I
3
wouldn't
games
have
2
it.
years ago?
His rookie year, everybody
He
started.
played like 7 games, right?
Was it 7?
Something like
I know he struggled a little bit, but again, like you said, Brent,
was
this
a
is his
rookie.
rookie year,
Yeah,
right? And I thought he covered it for like 2 games a couple of years ago too. But I mean, they've played. Think about it. When he's been out, we've had just a platoon over there going. They had Skip playing it.
Yep.
What, he started 2 games last year, maybe 3, and someone else started a game, place of Decker.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Manu.
eesh.
So there's Freeling to the Panthers.
This offensive line now, guys, is, I don't want to say it's stacked, but it has got a lot of players at it. And I think our guy Borum just got bounced back a spot, right? So,
well, I mean, they'll, what they'll say. Well, he'll compete, right, for that position.
compete,
That's what they're going to say, But we'll see.
Say it.
And it's good to have depth in that at that position for sure. I mean, there's not. That's something we haven't had, and we always seem to be running into injury situations.
Right.
Do I feel awesome about it? I mean, it's kind of hard to feel awesome about it because of the, there's not awesome players at pick 17, right? We would have to trade, out for him. That doesn't mean he can't be. So
We've got Decker was a 16th pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
He played 10 years.
He was.
Yeah, that's a
Here's
good pick.
the
That's a great
updated depth chart.
Yeah, that's a great point. Mike is like, where'd you put the depth chart in? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, Mahogany's still
you
a
know
question
where?
mark, right?
All right, so here's the last 10. Here's the last 10 17th players pick. Well, let me just pick a handful.
Yeah.
So Dallas Turner of the Vikings in 2024, Christian Gonzalez of the Patriots 2023, CeeDee Lamb 2020 of the Cowboys, Dexter Lawrence 2019 of the Giants, Derwin James
That's 2
of
pretty
the
good
Chargers,
players.
Jonathan Allen of the Redskins. C.J. Mosley. I mean, this is
pretty good.
This is a pretty darn good, place to be picking, and so if he ends up starting and being a good pass pro on that left side and a decent run blocker, which is kind of how he's evaluated. I think the Lions got exactly what they needed to get out of the draft. Whether it's here or later, they got exactly what they needed. And we know the priority that the Lions place on play action. Play action is a main staple of their offense, and that'll give Miller a real chance to get back in position, develop, learn to hand fight, protecting Goff's blind side. Yep. And I check. Now, do we talk about the possibility of Holmes trading up in the second round? Is that something that he could conceivably do, or into the late first round?
I mean, depends on who you're looking for, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Right. So we have pick 18 in the second round, 50th overall. Right. So I think we'll start, kind of talking about, who's in that range at positions of need for us. I think it's not a bad idea to talk about that. Dan also brought up the depth chart. So let me bring that up here because I think it's smart to look here at the depth chart.
You're sharing the Blake Miller screen, just FYI. I didn't know if you knew your. I didn't see the previous graphic you were showing because what's on here is Blake Miller.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Got the depth chart.
Got the depth chart up.
Why am I seeing?
I don't know.
I think it's. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you with us, Brent?
Yeah.
you got in the zone there for a second.
Somehow it keeps stopping.
All right. So let's look here. Left tackle, Panay, Giovanni Manu, Devin Cochran. Left guard, Mahogany, Ben Barch, Colby Sorstel. Center, Cade Mays. Back up is Juice Scruggs, Seth McLaughlin. Right guard, Tate Ratledge. Backing up Miles Frazier. And we can't forget about Miles Frazier. Miles Frazier can still play, and we haven't, he could definitely move around as well. So that's good. Michael Neese. And then at right tackle, we got Blake Miller. We're gonna say him and Larry Borum are gonna battle it out, right, in training camp. But when you get picked 17th overall, you're probably starting there at right tackle, and then Mason Miller. Yeah, Dan.
That line is better right now than it was at the start of last season.
Sure.
Without Taylor Decker,
because Graham Glasgow isn't on
Miller. Well, yeah, like Borum and Miller replacing Decker, and Mays and Scruggs replacing Awosike and whoever the guy was at Cologne and Glasgow, and Barch replacing those guys. That is a much better line. Mahogany's going to be interesting. I think Mahogany's going to be in a fight, like you said, with Frazier. And Brent, you talked about this repeatedly. Frazier's got positional flexibility, So you could have Ratledge and Frazier as your starters at guards. Barch could start. He's got experience. Scruggs could start. I mean, this is what Brad did. He did to this group what he did to the linebacker group last year and tried to do with the safety group. And that's build it up with a bunch of extremely good depth guys that are fringe starters in addition to his starting teams. So that way, if injuries hit, he's covered. So I have the hiccups. I apologize. But yeah, I like the offensive line where it sits right now with this Miller pick. We still got to get that edge, and there's a lot. Brent has a list of dudes that can come in at 50 and play for us, either edge or linebacker at 50. I almost guarantee it at this point, right?
Yeah.
If for some reason, and Brent, he could trade up to go get your guy. If they like him that much, Rodriguez, they could move up and get him in round 2. Move up from 50 up to into the 40s, and maybe give up 1/3, 1/4, and 1/5 to get up there. It'd be worth it.
There are a number of positions, Dan. You just hit it spot on. That if Rodriguez is a guy, but there's safeties. There's edge players. So What do you what do you, you know
Steelers.
what do you do? What do we think the Lions' biggest priority is beyond tackle? They hit a home run probably.
I think it's linebacker. I think it's safety.
I think
we need
linebacker's next, and
edge, defensive lineman.
then edge.
Yeah.
Throw a dartboard at the defense, I think.
I think safety's fine, guys. I really do. Between Eatson and Clark, you have two former starters, in addition to Harper, who played very well as a starter last year, and Maddox, and then whatever Branch and Joseph give us as they come back. Plus, you have Jackson, and Strickland, who have experience. Jackson's still a youngster, rookie, but they thought enough to draft him.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just personally, I think I don't think right now we're going to get a safety in the second or fourth round or whatever that's going to be any better, any better than those guys.
Fourth, fifth, and sixth. If we stick with these picks, we're just going to beat the heck out of our depth for safety, linebacker, corner. That's going to come with those 6 picks in fourth, fifth, and sixth round. Maybe another tight end. Because the kicking rules changed, and you need those guys that are short space tackling machines, and that's what you get from those 3 positions. So, by the way, Brent, your guy's going here.
Who's going?
Rodriguez.
Max Hennecore going to the Steelers at 20.
Hennecore.
That wasn't my guy.
Yeah, it was your guy.
I thought you liked that guy
in the process. Yeah.
Hennecore. Yeah,
I didn't
as
hear
a developmental guy, but
as a second rounder.
After I haven't talked about him.
I didn't know he was going to go this high.
Senior Bowl stuff.
I brought him up as a potential, but as time went on, I was like, I think there's better options. And,
yeah.
I was just making you guys aware because he did really well at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Is Blake Miller better than
Rodriguez? Rodriguez is my guy. Yeah. I mean, at this point, if we could add Rodriguez somehow.
Yeah, you're in love with that guy, and then Dan's in love with the Western Michigan guy.
If we can get both of those guys.
Yeah, you guys, why don't you guys go get a room with those guys?
Or Derek Moore.
I would take Derek Moore in a heartbeat. I like him a lot.
In the right spot.
You're looking at the edges and linebackers, right? So, Zion Young has not gone yet. And Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker, C.J. Allen at linebacker, Hill Jr. at linebacker, who the Lions actually met with.
Yep.
Galladay, which is another guy that Brent likes at linebacker.
I like Galladay.
Kenny Galladay.
But I really, the edge from Western Michigan has me intrigued. Nadami Tucker, he's more of like a 4th round guy, probably, hopefully. But the dude was productive as all get out.
Simon's
he's a little
asking.
Light. He's 6'2" and 247, so he's a little light.
Simon's asking, didn't Brad make a late Zoom call with defensive end Malachi Lawrence?
I believe
he did. That came out this morning. Yep. That he made that call with him yesterday.
Yeah, Malachi.
Falk hasn't gone yet either, has he?
Malachi's
or Mesidor.
A big guy, edge guy that would be good depth.
Who's that?
Opposite Hutch, Lawrence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence would be a good edge guy opposite of.
Mesidor. I would have thought Mesidor would have gone by now. No, I thought Mesidor was
his age. He's 20. He'll be 26 years old. I think next season.
Oh my gosh, I didn't need to see that on the screen. That guy's pants were all down to.
So.
You sure you didn't need to see that on the screen?
Jeez, I looked up and I was like, "What?" Chargers pick is in.
Now look, if we could get Mesidor in the 2nd round, sold, 100% sold.
Yeah, I mean,
sold. But let me look at how old he is here.
He's got to be going here.
Well, they didn't trade up for Bain, so that's, Brad needs to be fired for that.
Right.
Oh, they're already calling for his head.
Yeah.
Sure, of course.
He was 1 pick away. You should have traded up for him.
Yep.
You guys are stupid. Yeah, they do not have that pick in for the Chargers yet.
Maybe a trade brewing.
Have they announced the Hennecore for Steelers
they
yet?
Did.
Yeah.
They say the pick is in.
They're shaking hands right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pick, I think, for them. Be a decent player. I mean, I just
It's a different animal. Don't they have a new GM and a new coach, right? So
Yeah, they're going to have a transition
maybe
period.
they don't have a new
They
GM.
don't have a
They transitioned
quarterback.
a couple years ago.
Aaron Rodgers was
Yeah.
not the solution, and they certainly don't have.
The thing is, though, is the best quarterback on their roster is probably better than Ty Simpson.
So you know who happens to be rated 48, 49, 50 on the Beast is Jake Galladay, Cincinnati linebacker, Gabe Jacobs, and Anthony Hill Jr.
This is the most John Harbaugh pick ever for the Chargers. They took Mesidor.
Okay.
You mean Jim Harbaugh?
Jim Harbaugh.
Chargers.
Sorry, I get them all. There's Jim, Jack, and John.
They're all leaving.
Well, yeah, aren't they trying to get? I mean, they need to get some salary cap off of the defensive line. They had what's the Ohio State? Bosa. And
Bosa, Nick Bosa.
Well,
that's another guy that hasn't signed either. Joey Bosa is still sitting out there, along with the kid, the other Buffalo Bill that are gonna, if you need a veteran, those are guys you might be able to bring in cheap to give you
Cam Jordan,
give you that, well-rounded defensive end and 5-6 sacks every year.
Yeah, let me look at how old Mesidor is right now. Mesidor is.
I think he's 25 and a half, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I was thinking he turns 26 during the season.
He might.
It says he is 25.1.
They called him linebacker. I guess that's weird.
So yeah, his birthday's in April. He just turned 25, April 5th.
So he's not that. I mean, he's a year,
25.
probably half year younger than we were thinking. So,
well, a whole half year. When you draft somebody and 25 years old, and whose position usually.
Well, I mean, what you get
30 years old,
7 years out of the guy.
You don't have to worry about signing.
I think he's a first contract only guy, right?
With your first round pick.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what you want.
And that's the problem, right? Is like these guys, first round picks, you're getting 5 years out of them if they're that good, and then if they're 30 when their second contract hits, you're kind of like screwed because you don't want to give them a 5-year deal where they're gonna run out of gas before their contract is cuttable. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. It's a huge issue, and the problem is these agents and these family members are whispering in the ears of these kids, "Hey, take the money in college and stick around an extra year or two," not realizing that $2 million that they're hanging around for could have been an extra 20 or 30 million on their second deal that they get to quicker in the NFL.
Well, in Mesidor's case, he probably would not have been a first round pick last year. He had 5.5 sacks. He had 9 tackles for loss. This year, he really took off. 12.5 sacks, 17.5 tackles for loss. 2023, he had 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack. 2022, he had 7 sacks, 4.5 the year before that at West Virginia, and 5 his first year. So he's a 6-year guy.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's a 6-year guy.
He's a 6-year guy.
These are the end of the COVID kids, along with the red shirt, right?
Yeah, and he was born and raised in Ottawa, Canada. But anyway,
don't hold that against him.
No, that I was just saying, as a being a Michigander, so close to Canada. But he's got short arms. I know we jested about that earlier for a couple players, but he is he's 25 years old. He had a couple major injuries. He had, just listen to this list. From 2022, he had a right foot injury. He had to have surgery for. He had an injury where he had torn ligaments in his left foot. Required surgery in 2023. Off-season shoulder surgery. And then since then, he's only missed 1 game since 2022, but had some injuries early on. But would I like to see Mesidor's line? Absolutely. But the fact that he's 25 years old and probably a 1 contract guy, as Dan said, and I think Mike agreed with, I think the Chargers could have done better here.
Yeah, I think they really wanted Sadiq, but with him being gone,
I think there's a lot of teams that probably wanted Sadiq.
yeah,
But it's a nicety.
The
it's a nicety, right?
yeah.
the national media is just loving this pitch clock with this 8 minutes. They're like, it's just clipping right along. I mean, we are a little over 2 hours in, and we are at 24. Cowboys have picked. I don't know who it is, but we are over halfway or over 2/3 of the way through the draft, right? First round at the 2 hour mark. So we're getting 10 picks an hour in. That's pretty darn good.
That's really good. And teams have been going ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
So, it's going to move quicker tomorrow too. It's 1 minute less.
Oh yeah.
Well, the players that are still there. I mean, a lot of guys that we've talked about over time is Malachi Lawrence. You got Zion Young. You got D'Angelo Pons. You got Cassius Howell, Jacob Rodriguez, R. Mason Thomas, Oklahoma, C.J. Allen, Georgia.
Well, we don't have to worry about Lawrence because the Cowboys just took him.
Yeah, remember we were talking earlier about their needs. So the Cowboys have had a pretty good draft so far. Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence.
Restocking that defense, which needed it because they're idiots and traded away everybody that was good.
Well, they got salary cap issues when you pay your quarterback $63 million or whatever it is, and he's not worth half that probably.
Well, it would be if he was healthy ever.
I don't know.
Browns are up. 24th overall pick is on the clock.
The cost of quarterbacks is gone through the roof. Quarterbacks are making a disproportionate amount of the salary caps if they're any good. And he is definitely...
They're booing the Cowboys. Good old Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm not sure I'm following. Though, why are we talking about quarterbacks?
Oh, we were just on a tangent. Dan had brought up well, I said we had the Cowboys had a good draft, and he said that they had to cut a bunch of good players, get rid of a bunch of good players, and I said it's because of what they pay their quarterback.
So, guys, I wanted to read this. This is from this is on our draft pick. Detroit Lions, Blake Miller at number 17. This is from Todd McShay, the Ringer. Miller is a powerful mauler with the strengths to move defenders off the ball. He blocks through the echo of the whistle, has a finisher's mentality. He's an aggressive downfield blocker who overpowers defenders in space. At Clemson, he was a team captain, 3-time All-ACC right tackle who set school records for consecutive starts by a non-specialist with 54, opted to play in Clemson's bowl game against Penn State despite the Tigers' disappointing season and had one of the best performances of the year. He also tested well at the Combine. Miller sets with a strong base, keeps his cleats in the ground, and anchors well for the most part. He latches and locks out when he gets his hands inside. He doesn't cover enough ground with the second kick step and can be beaten by speed, especially when the opposing edge rushes from a wide 9 alignment. His hand placement is erratic, which puts him in vulnerable positions. He's susceptible to having his hands swiped as he's beaten to the inside. So some of that feels coachable, right? If Fraley's going to get a hold of him. I just, there's some of this stuff you can't coach that he's got, right? And that's a Lions thing, right? Is this guy, and I didn't even think about this, but he knew he was going high in the draft and didn't opt out of playing in a terrible Clemson season, not by his fault, Brent. Clemson was terrible. It had a really bad year, but he played in the bowl game and then had a great game. And so I think I think that says a lot about the kind of guy he is. Kind of feels. I feel a little bit better after reading that. Dan, what do you think?
I mean, that's the stuff I was reading, 3-4 days ago when I kind of switched from Proctor over to Miller. Is it just, you look at his overall body of work, and he screamed like a player that the Lions would want to have on their roster. Good kid, leader. He has some flaws, but they're coachable. And you bring him into an environment with Penny Sewell and Hank Fraley, and I don't care who it is, they're going to get better and they're going to learn. Get him in a professional thing. Because let's just be honest about Clemson. Clemson has slipped. This is not the Clemson that was winning titles when they were paying kids through the church, right? I mean, this Clemson is a mediocre, above average ACC team, which in itself is is kind of an average, mediocre conference. So, I like the ability to take a good kid off that team and put him in an environment where he's going to get better and better.
Well,
is that a hot take?
Yeah, that's hot.
Hot.
So hot.
So I was looking at the NFL.com, and I just sent to the Slack channel for anybody that's on that's not part of the Slack group. Just drop us a note, and we can get you added to it. A lot of Lions content chat. Dan's created an RSS feed that brings in all the articles, and really, really just a fantastic group of folks. But I was reading NFL.com's player evaluations for offensive tackles, and I was looking at the overall ratings, and Caden Proctor was a 150.10, and you look at they rate them two ways: production and athleticism. Francis Mauigoa,
something like that,
is a 145.43. So 150, 145.43, and I looked at Blake Miller, and he's a 163.01. His athleticism is a 90.56. Again, hands issues, very coachable. Hands issues, have him take up Taekwondo.
Right.
UFC
work on him
training.
Being too upright. You can work on that. I think Decker was like that. And when Decker came in, he was
still upright.
Yeah.
I mean, Decker was very pronounced upright.
And Decker was just huge.
He's a big
and
man.
this kid's big too.
I was going to say he's not much smaller.
A little bigger than Decker was.
I think he's bigger than Decker.
He's almost 6'7". He's like 6'6" and 3/4.
I've done this before, but I'll do it again here.
Do what?
Let me do the RAS compare against these two, and you'll see how much close they are. Right?
Well,
I did it before, and I don't remember what I did
Blake
with it.
Miller's got a really high RAS score.
Yeah, it's right. I've got it on the screen. It's 9.
He does. He's a 9.9.
And if he just had eaten a
But
box
I can
of,
do a
box
side
of
by
donuts
side for
before
you.
he weighed in because of his weight.
Yeah, and this Josh got a good point here. 54 starts.
Yeah,
that's impressive. I don't know. Does he have an injury history at all? I didn't. No one's saying it's not all the stuff.
54 straight starts.
Let's go check Dr. Jimmy and see.
54 straight starts.
So
Browns pick.
There you go. That's a comparison of our prior left tackle to our future right tackle in the Zoom chat, and it's not even close.
In our Zoom
Casey
chat.
Concepcion just went to the Browns.
Yeah, he went to yes, he did.
Look at Blake Miller.
I meant to tell you that. You guys were talking now.
So now the Bears are on the board, and they have absolutely boatloads of needs at safety after losing, literally like 15 or 16 INTs by letting their entire defensive backfield go. These dudes are a poverty program.
That's
man.
not even close.
They don't even have enough people. They don't even have enough money to sign their draft picks right now. They're only like a couple $100,000 off of the cap, and they need like $6,000 to sign their draft picks.
All right, I'm getting this thing together here.
Who do the toilet seats go after here?
Well, someone was wondering if they were taking one of the safeties, because they lost both their starting safeties from last year and one of their starting corners, so it totaled about 15 INTs. So
we got the comparison.
I think is who they were speculating.
We got the Blake Miller, Taylor Decker, Raz comparison, Brent, on the screen. Yeah, it's ridiculous how far apart that is.
Look at the strength. Look at the broad jump. The only thing that Decker was better at
basically was a little bit of height, and his 3-cone drill was 0.05 of a second faster. Otherwise, Miller is just a better overall athlete. He's got longer arms too than
And
Decker.
Look at the strength
Decker
difference.
did struggle sometimes, and
look
hands are close. Not
Dan, look at bench, Dan.
Yeah, I know. It's totally different. I mean, 20, for 33 in a 3/4 arms, that's a lot of, back then, that was 10 years ago, right? Back then, those guys didn't do a lot of bench because they didn't want those guys to be super strong because they had long arms and they just need to get their hands on them. Well, now it's like getting everything, long arms and strong as hell. So
Bears pick us in.
Is it?
Yeah. Josh, good point. The team captain thing. I mean, this is what they do. That means a lot to Brad, to Dan, to these guys. It means a lot to these guys. So that's a good tell for sure.
Yep, leadership, right?
Yep. I think you know a little bit about that.
I've met some great leaders.
Somehow you led us to this place. What were we thinking?
It was all for the barbecue.
Man, there's some good wide receivers left too. Cooper, like Concepcion going for Casey Concepcion. He was the third guy that they had maturity questions about. So
he predicts.
So he was the third of the three.
He predicts he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Was he the one that wrote the letter?
And
yeah.
I'll have to look
guys,
that up.
I want you. Just one more time, guys. I need you to just stare at this man's eyes right now. There's the team captain for Clemson and our number 17.
My soul hurts.
Stare into his sunburned cheeks. That is our starting right tackle right there. How about that? Okay, I'm taking him off the screen.
Safety Dylan Thieneman went to an NFC North team, but not the Vikings. He went to the Seats.
Okay.
So makes sense. They needed a playmaker back there, but we'll see how good this Oregon Duck guy is.
Oh, he started in Purdue.
So and then he jumped ship to Oregon.
He's smart.
Oh wait, so the Bears are picking Thieneman?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I was multitasking. Yeah. So yeah, the other it's Bud. What's his last name from? Or no, the Toledo safeties. The three named Toledo safety.
Warren.
Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
He was supposed to go first round. So you feel like maybe he's going to go down here. But the TCU safety is I'd like to.
He,
49ers,
Dan pointed
Bills,
out that Bud,
Dolphins.
his name is Bud
Young?
Bud
Clark?
Weiser?
Clark.
Is it Clark?
Clark.
Bud Weiser.
Bud Weiser.
Oh, hey.
So we started digging in on Clark a little bit, and he has some challenges.
Oh,
Bud Clark.
Yeah.
I mean, McNeil Warren was a second overall rated safety. Thieneman was 8th. Halsey was 19th. Zakee Wheatley was 26th, and Michael Taffy from Texas was 14th. So, and Downs was 40th. If that tells you anything, but there's a lot of safeties out there that were top 100 safeties last year in college football. So, a couple of dogs too.
Who's kind of grown on me at safety for those later rounds is Zakee Wheatley of Penn State. 6'2", 202.
He was 26th overall.
Yeah, and he's got a coverage grade of 83.5 and overall 85.9. He's a kid that is Kirby Joseph like in terms of.
Oh,
do you get him in those third, fourth round, in that third, fourth round area?
Yeah.
And we gotta find.
Brent, what's the kid from USC? What's his story? Because they got him ranked ahead of him, but his grade looks like crap. His name is Kamari Ramsey. They actually had him ahead of Wheatley. I don't understand why. I don't know if maybe he was injured. but he only had like 27 tackles and 2 passes defense. I just don't understand why he was ahead of a guy that had 74 tackles and an INT.
There's the other USC kid is rated much higher. Bishop Fitzgerald.
Oh, I've got him like 191st.
Yeah, he's if you go on PFF, let me just check here.
He did have 5 picks and 3 passes defense. Definitely more productive.
Yeah,
Ramsey had to be hurt.
Fitzgerald, when you take out
2 games.
When you take out all the the underclassmen that aren't in this draft, he's a 90.7.
Okay.
Bishop Fitzgerald is, and he's third on this year's draft eligible safeties.
What's the story with Lewis Moore from Indiana? Kid had 6 INTs last year. Of course, he played 16 games, but still.
He's listed as 54th in college football with an 82.5 overall. So he's in that same range as Bud Clark. Bud Clark is just a few behind him, and then Zakee Wheatley, the guy I was mentioning, is 32, and Lewis Moore's 54 overall.
Wow, this is a surprise. Texans took Georgia Tech O-line Kalen Rutledge at 26.
Did they trade?
So they must have traded it with Buffalo.
They traded with the Bills. He's a guard. That just seems kind of high for him, maybe.
Wow.
Who did
but again, I guess if you need a guy, Keelan Rutledge, guard.
So Texans moved up 2 slots from 28 to 26 to take Rutledge,
a
guard.
He was ranked. He was 60th overall in the London rankings I had.
Yeah, 22nd on
PFF. Good run blocker, 21st overall PFF, and 76.5, 22nd overall. But Emmanuel Pregnan was better across the board. I mean, he's from Oregon, second overall, 11th in overall in pass, and third overall in run. So, I'm sorry, that's correct. Yeah. That's just that's weird.
Did get somebody to block for
Kid
Montgomery.
must have a problem. Well, he must have some sort of injury or something.
Rutledge is 6'4", 330.
Mauler.
But again, he's a guy. He's another one of these 1-year guys.
Is he?
He was 54.4 overall his freshman year, 60.8 his sophomore year, 64.
Yeah, Simon, have a good one. Appreciate you hanging with
Miami.
us.
Take care, Simon.
Miami just traded up.
Oh,
they gave up 30 and 90 to get 27 and 138.
There you go, Simon. This one's just for you, buddy. That one there. Listen, we got a request. I'm telling you, man, that the eyes are like sweet dreams. Stare into his eyes. Sweet dreams, Simon.
Simon's happy.
Oh, I know who Dolphins are going for. They traded up. I bet they're going for Cooper. He's the best wide receiver left, right?
Yeah.
Omar Cooper.
Yep.
Unless has a single cornerback gone since Delane?
No.
I mean, they all have issues.
And there's not. The other thing too is like, when's Jadarian Price, the other Notre Dame running back, going to go? He's projected to go end of the first round. That's another. McCoy's dropping like a rock.
He's.
Yeah, Cooper.
Someone's got a lot of extra picks. Is going to burn one on him.
Boston from Washington is their wide receiver. It's kind of available. That was like first round, sniffing that area.
Dolphins trade up 3 spots, so they jumped the Bills, then the Chiefs. So it has to be wide receiver because both those teams need wide receivers. Although, didn't the Chiefs take one earlier in the draft? Oh, no, they took cornerback.
Wait, so Texans...
Yeah, interesting.
Why do they have Houston in here? Also at 28.
They traded Buffalo.
They had 2 picks, didn't they?
Oh, I just noticed what happened, Chris. the Texans traded with the Bills, and the Bills were still in front of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins jumped in front of the Bills after they traded back. It's got to be Cooper.
Keon Rutledge. Yeah.
Rutledge
so the
Houston,
Niners
right?
are next. Transfer from MTSU.
I had
the Blue Raiders.
Montana State. One of my high school mates went to Middle Tennessee State to play. He was a guard. Huh. He was a guard.
Yeah. When I lived in Nashville, I mean, it's 45 minutes from Nashville. It's a good school for recording engineer.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I got to go find what Dr. Jimmy said about our guy here. Miller, right?
Yep.
He says Blake Miller, injury concern 1 of 10. He had a fractured wrist with surgery, 54 straight games, 3,778 snaps, a Clemson record. And yeah, he loves the pick. He's healthy as can be. So
Jim's calling the picks before they show up on TV sorcery. No, it's just Twitter.
It's just us.
Come on, Jim. You know about Twitter. Guy. Jim has more X followers than Kim Kardashian, so he should know.
Interesting, man. Fashion Advice had us taking Miller, so that's good.
Right, so Miami's on the clock. We don't know who the Dolphins are taking.
I don't know who they took. No, they traded up too. It's like you'd think they knew who the hell they were going to take.
What do you? They want to wait till the commercial's over.
Oh, holy smokes! This is a freaking out of nowhere.
Oh,
San Diego State cornerback Chris Johnson.
Oh no, he's been rising. I've been reading.
Well, I understand that, but he's rising because the other two cornerbacks are busted up. Those guys are significantly better players than him, but in the first round, I think them being injured has helped him jump up, right?
Well,
I mean, I'm looking at him as the 17th best player available on ESPN.
I guess I had him as 33rd overall, just in front of Pons.
This is not. I mean, this
but
is sort
Hood
of.
is healthy.
Well, here's the thing about Chris Johnson. He's a 4.40. He's a 4.40.
Yeah.
He was
second overall.
He had 4 interceptions, 2 returned for touchdown last year. So he's a speed, pure cover corner kind of guy.
But yeah, Jim, you've been on Substack too long.
And he's a physical tackler.
Yes, he was a second overall cornerback for PFF too last year. So that's why.
Yeah, there's one kid.
I get it now.
One kid that.
Plus, it's the Dolphins. Come on.
The Brandon Sissy from
who?
Brandon Sissy from South Carolina.
Oh, that guy. He is the worst rated cornerback by PFF in the top 10 cornerbacks. He is ranked 188th.
He was rated above Johnson, and then the other 3 were Colton Hood, Avion Terrell, and Jermod McCoy, and we know 2 of the 3 of them are banged up. So,
Sissy and Pons were ranked 38th and 40th, and Johnson was 33rd in the blended rankings I had, where I took like 3 or 4, put them together. So I mean that makes sense. He's right there. I don't know why his PFF grade was so bad. Maybe his run support. Maybe he's just like a pure corner, pure cover
Johnson
guy.
or Sissy?
Sissy.
It says he's
Johnson's second overall.
Yeah. Johnson's a physical against the run.
Yeah.
But it says Sissy's good at getting the ball carried to the ground, though he misses some tackles by going for the ankles.
This guy's last name is really Sissy?
Yeah, Cisse.
Cisse. Kissy, but I think it's Sissy.
But the guys that if the Lions do decide to go corner, I like Pons and I like Keontae Scott of Miami. The ones that we were kind of laboring over when we were doing our mock draft.
Scott's ranked really. He had a really good year last year. He was the 3rd best overall corner.
Yeah, so we're looking at pick 18 tomorrow, 50th overall.
Mm-hmm. and the Lions could just go anywhere here.
I would really like to see Brad move back into the third round with those extra fourth, fifths, and sixths if he can. I don't like that big gap.
Yep. Yep, I
Dolphin, Texas. Thanks, Brer.
So we're up 17th tomorrow. We got what,
Blake,
3 more today?
You pick 18 tomorrow.
So right about where we pick tomorrow is where Gabe Jacus is. Chris Johnson is gone, so he was in that area. C.J. Allen, linebacker, Georgia. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, Texas Tech. Keontae Scott, cornerback, Miami. Those are the guys that are in that range. That Anthony Hill Jr., Texas. All positions of need. So if we trade down and get add a third round pick, something like that, then you start to look at Jadarian Price as an option. Because if you have another pick in the third round where you can start to load up on some defensive depth.
Derek Price, Moore, the running back from Notre Dame?
Yeah. You had brought him up earlier.
Yeah, but I mean, I was just wondering about the running back. I wasn't thinking in Price for the Lions. I think
middle of the round 2 ranking roughly.
I think running back for us is, somewhere in the 5th. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we're going second round for running back. I mean, I think we have bigger needs on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, I was just pointing out guys that were in the range of where we're picking.
I can tell you right now, guys.
Derek Moore.
We're sitting here.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. There's 5 picks left in the first round, right?
D'Angelo Pons,
and
Lee Hunter. That big.
You got McCoy, Falk, Cooper, Woods, McNeil, Warren, Terrell, Hood. Caleb Lomu hasn't even sniffed. Right. So I mean, there's some really, and this happens every year. This is like how we were able to steal our safety and tight end a couple years ago, right? Those guys fell. Mm-hmm. Like Pons is that Branch, guy right now.
Yeah, Brian Branch, right?
Grant. Branch. Yeah, Branch. Yes, thank you. But you're right. I mean, you got Young, Rodriguez, Jacus. All these 3 guys are right in that like low 40s range in this blended average I put together. Lee Hunter's out there, Anthony Hill, and Pons is there, and there's a lot of good defenders that are going to be right around that spot. Derek Moore, Moore is at 62 overall. I could absolutely see the Lions grabbing Moore.
Yeah, the Patriots traded up with Buffalo inside the division again.
Patriots pick is in
to get Lomu. Well, he's gone now. So
yep.
I'm just like, man, he's still there. Nope, not anymore. Bye. And they're going to get their wide receiver. They needed him because, man, if anything, they got exposed for that super easy run through the AFC when they got to the Super Bowl, and Seattle just freaking killed their line.
Shut them down.
They drafted a tackle last year in the first round.
Yes. The Bills don't really care about picking a round 1, I guess. That's their second trade down. They're doing the Brett thing.
Yeah.
Haven't they traded back twice now?
Well, there's Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a lot like Detroit's situation.
Buffalo traded.
They got a quarterback that's demanding a lot of money. They've got some pretty decent skill position players, running back, decent tight ends, few studs on the defense, and they just need depth and fill a couple holes. And they got salary cap issues that they got to be mindful of.
They're literally doing what you wanted the Lions to do. They started at 26, bounced back to 28, and have now bounced back to 31. all the while adding, I assume, lots of middle round draft picks as depth.
The last one, they got 2 picks. It went so quick.
Chiefs took Peter Woods, so he's off the board now too.
All right.
That's
good player at that spot.
Yep. Good pick there.
Yeah, he was kind of ranked mid to high 20s. Not very productive, but
well, he just plugged the middle, right? I mean, that's a defensive tackle's job.
He's kind of a 3-tech more than a nose tackle, though. He's not that. Yeah. He's 6'2.5", but he's right around 300.
Yep.
It's not like you.
Caden Proctor been picked?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, not yet.
Yeah, he went.
I think he's like a second, third rounder.
The Ohio State nose tackle.
Oh no, Caden McDonald.
McDonald. I'm sorry.
I was like, Caden Proctor. He was like,
Yeah. No, he hasn't gone yet.
No, he's right now on ESPN as the top rated defensive tackle, Caden McDonald.
In the 49ers have a need at defensive tackle, and they're kind of it.
Yeah. So Brent, Josh is asking, will Jackus be available at 50?
That's about where he's projected to go. So I mean, the rankings that I just saw have him listed at number 50.
I would guess.
Or I'm sorry, 40. He's 49 on the Beast. On the Athletics, the Beast. He's 49.
You like the Beast, don't you?
It's just one of the reference sites.
So he is currently sitting like the 5th best edge available, but we've only seen 5 go, which is bizarre.
Yeah, you feel like there's going to be a run. It's like once Cassius Howell goes or Zion Young goes or something like that. Like there's guys are going to be like,
and Lawrence, even though he had a late run, he still was a bit of a reach. He was only ranked right around 49th best overall going into this draft, even though he had a late jump. But I think Falk, whatever held him back, that's really hurting him right now.
Jake Galde, linebacker, could be an option as well, Josh says.
Yeah.
The Jets traded back into round 1. Interesting.
Josh, that's one of my guys that I really like. I like Jake Rodriguez better than Galde, but Galde would be a...
Oh, my God. If they do what I think they're going to do, they're fucking stupid.
Who what?
The Jets. If you're a team desperate for a quarterback, and what would be the shittiest, worst white trash piece of shit you could trade back in round 1 to draft as quarterback?
Diego.
No, well, sorry. Who would be the second worst?
Carson Beck.
Yes. Because this is the 5th-year option. The 5th-year option comes into play with the quarterback.
They drafted a guy who's
they sent
older
33
than all the entire quarterback room.
They sent 33 and 179 to move up 3 spots. I mean, that's not that far of a jump, obviously. 179 has got to be like a 5th or a 6th, right? So that's really not that big
they
of
were
a deal.
Gonna get Carson back?
This is the Jets.
I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Okay.
Just Dan I sort of picked up. He said,
"Well, I mean, who else do you go back into round 1 for? There's nobody left, really. I mean, unless they really want one of these busted up cornerbacks that they're going to give them a redshirt year. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is back to the discussion we were having earlier. Jadarian Price, which they have Brees Hall, Giddings Dunker, the tackle from Iowa. Just depends on what they feel like they need to fill.
Dan, where did the Jets trade into? Like what?
They traded into 30th. They're on the clock right now.
They took San Francisco.
Chiefs have already picked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's being announced.
Chiefs
right
took
now.
Peter Woods. Yeah.
Okay.
They're taking the ghost of Kyle, who was a tight end they drafted that one year when they got booed off the stage. Kid from Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jets coming in at the end of the first round definitely smells like quarterback.
That would be really stupid.
Yeah.
Smells like you got a porn star girlfriend.
Multiple 3rd-round picks for wow, look at the white outfits. That's
it's a white party.
And he's got a green outfit on.
Yeah, man.
He must have known he was going to go to the Jets. Oh, 49ers. No, he's not. He's wearing green.
All right, so we got a 2-minute interview between Dan Miller and Dan Campbell that I just retweeted. I'll drop it in the
yeah, man. We really like him. Yeah, man. He's going to come in and compete. We really like him, man.
Boomhauer.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. The Jets came up for Omar Cooper.
Huh. Okay. I mean, weird. I mean, okay. They must have thought
he
that
was
he was
one of the best players left.
Sure.
He was ranked 20th, but so was Falk is sitting there too, ahead of him.
They moved up what, four spots? Is that right? Because
33 to 30, yeah.
Okay.
3, 31, 32, 3 spots. I mean, again, 5th-year option, right? It's a big deal. Of course, wide receivers is going to get out of control. So that leaves us with what? McCoy and Falk is the top 2, and then McNeil, Warren, and Terrell and Hood is like the top 5 undrafted guys as of right now, with a couple picks left.
Neil Warren, Avion Terrell, Denzel Bosch. And so Cooper's going to the Jets. Keldrick Falk, wow. Thought he would have been out by now. Caden McDonald, Zion Young, Cassius Howell, Colton Hood, Chase Bisantis, guard out of Texas A&M, Anthony Hill, linebacker out of Texas, Eli Stowers, Vanderbilt tight end, Brandon Sissy, South Carolina cornerback, Zachariah Branch.
See what
Grok has to say about this slide.
Grok.
Bad
Tell me
production for Falk. Unrefined and raw pass rush. Athletic measurable concerns. Inconsistent effort and motor. Tweener positional versatility questions.
Jacob Rodriguez, number 20 overall.
So a lot of things you can't coach.
It's a match made in heaven.
God, keep it in your pants, Kreider. All right. Josh says, would they nab the injured corner McCoy? Boy, that would be a Holmes pick, wouldn't it? Injury history.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Move him up on the board.
You know who else is right there? Keontae Scott is right there.
Cooper was the guy that did the crazy catch in the back of the end zone with his foot, right?
It's Penn State. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that was pretty
I'm
insane.
watching it right now, as a matter of fact.
Pretty insane highlight.
Fam cam. Atlanta, Georgia. We should have just popped in.
Yeah.
Hey, can somebody run over and pick up some varsity for carryout?
I can't stand varsity. What do you have? What do you have?
It tears me up. When I was young, I loved it, of course, but it's
color of money, baby.
So Gabe Jockus is 18th rated player available.
There it is. Bam! That highlight's insane.
Look at that.
So we're down to the Bills and the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
It was crazy. They called it incomplete. Remember?
Yeah.
And had to relook at it. And it was like he was in.
Mendoza does throw a nice ball. There's no question. I don't.
Look at how physical he is.
Yeah, he's good. He's good after the.
And he
catch.
does it under pressure too. I mean that's the key trait for him, is he can still deliver it even when he's got a guy right in his face.
So Emmanuel McNeil Warren is second best player available. Avian Terrell, Denzel Boston.
Titans are on the clock.
Traded
They
up.
traded up with, I guess, the Bills. So the Bills traded down again, Brent. They're
Jeez,
literally
I
doing
told
the
you.
thing.
They're channeling Brent.
They're doing the thing.
You're gonna have to switch and start rooting for another team on the other side of Lake Erie.
At some point, you got to make a pick, Buffalo.
Not really.
They're gonna do what I wanted the Lions to
Dude,
do.
If we're gonna get into the fifth round, it's gonna be all Buffalo.
Stock up.
This is like Minnesota letting two teams jump in front of them in a draft to save a couple $1 million in 1 year.
That's a pretty sick. A lot of people talk about the Jets. Bailey,
When you had
Sadiq, and Cooper.
and Sadiq,
They got 3 first-round
Where
picks
did the
next
Titans
year.
come
Who's
from? Were
their
they
quarterback?
4th overall?
Gino.
Who's their quarterback?
Gino.
Isn't he holding out?
No.
Okay.
Gino's back with the Jets. Huh?
Yeah.
So
Jacoby
the Bills,
Brissett's holding out.
Yeah, that's what
the Bills got
Brissett.
back. They gave up 31, 69, and 165, and got back 35, 66, and 101. So they moved back 4 spots, and then moved up 5 and 64 spots in later rounds.
It doesn't sound like a ton of value to me.
The Bills doing some extreme couponing here. Clearly uninterested in the bottom third of this first round
Exactly.
as they trade out entirely.
They're looking at the board like we are. I can't pronounce that guy's name. Trade out.
Yep.
Imagine, if you will, though, if you had just stacked up picks and you could go Jake Galladay, Derek Moore, R. Mason Thomas, D'Angelo Pons, Lee Hunter, Jason Kilgore. I mean, there's just stacks of guys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you could pick here in the 3rd and 4th round. That would be really helpful. Zakiya Wheatley, Bud Clark, Caleb Tiernan, the tackle from Northwestern.
Oh, that's why. Titans took Falk, so he is now off the board.
They can have him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
You have like 3
Very
sacks.
concerning to me, that decline in production.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of edge players too that
We got one more pick here, right?
not tonight.
Yeah, Seahawks are up.
Seahawks.
Oh, you mean in the round? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
When you said we, I thought
Yes.
you were talking about the Lions.
No. Yeah, well, hey, you never know, man. They could slide in.
I know you're tired, but
They could slide in here, pick number 32, and get Price.
Oh, the Steelers got bamboozled. They thought they were getting Lemon at 21, and Eagles snuck in front of them and grabbed them at 20.
Bet Seattle.
That's
takes
kind of
Price.
stuff I'm here for. I love that pettiness.
who'd they pick? Oh, there it is. Okay.
$320,000 people there tonight. That's rookie numbers.
Hold my beer. Detroit says hold my beer.
Detroit had 275,000 the first
They
night.
count people on the
That's
other
it?
side of the frickin' river, or what?
I think so.
My gosh, that dress is kind of there.
Congrats, Pittsburgh. You took a busted up offensive tackle and you have no quarterback. But hey, you got 320,000 people here buying IC Light and eating Permetti Brothers. Good job.
Here's a good question. Who's going to get Cooper the ball?
How?
Gino.
about that?
Geno Smith.
Well, he's got Sadiq and Cooper as new weapons. That's a pretty good haul. Along with Bailey on defense. I mean, the Jets got a nice draft to fill out some of their gaping holes.
3 first-round picks next year.
Glenn's got no excuse, though. If he doesn't improve, he's gone.
The
Jets.
Jets, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have much patience
I think
there in New York.
And
I think they almost fired him this year.
much better quarterbacks coming out next year.
Yeah. The next year's draft
Gino?
probably
Yeah.
is much deeper. The 18th,
After says
18th rated player on the board, Jacob Rodriguez, Texas Tech.
18th.
I mean, this is just a message from God.
You mean 18th left or 18th overall?
18th overall on the
God,
board.
you
right
and
now.
your
No.
My dogged
18th,
determination.
Of who's left to be graded?
Yeah, who's left?
Who's left? He's 18. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Zion Young is 6th. Anthony Hill
Seahawks
Jr.
made
is
their pick.
10th.
Jadarian Price.
that sounds like
Gabe Jacas
They
is
lost
16th.
Kenny Walker. And Charbonnet's hurt.
Karsten made a great observation, kind of what we were talking about earlier, that this is the deepest O line that that Fraley's ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, our offensive line 2 years ago that played really well.
Because we had Frank Ragnow.
That's
And we were
exactly
healthy.
where I was going. Frank Ragnow was an anchor in the middle, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping May can be similar. May is not Frank
Oh,
Ragnow.
No, he's not.
Brent breaks your heart. No, actually, I don't think so. But Seahawks took Price with the last pick in the first round.
We called it. Mike and I. We were like, yeah.
Was you guys the ones
Mike
talking
called
about
it. Mike
I heard
called
somebody
it.
talking about Price.
Yeah.
They lost Kenny Walker. They needed to replace
That's
him.
That is true.
end of the first round pick
Yep.
and fills a need. That sounds about right.
I picked him in a lot of
Super
drafts
Bowl
where I
winner.
traded back.
Yeah.
Because
I don't hate
when
that
you,
pick
when
at
you
all.
Can get you can get 4 or 5 players in the second and third round, you can do something like get Jadarian Price.
You can do dumb shit like that. No, I'm just
Yep,
kidding.
yep.
No, I mean,
Oh,
it's a
well.
solid pickup for them, right? It
Yeah.
fills a need, and he's one of the better running backs. So
And it helps the Lions.
yeah, it does.
We don't play them.
Yeah,
do we?
because we wouldn't pick. We don't have the luxury of picking him with our second round pick with no extra picks.
Come on now. Seriously? There it is. Okay.
There's no doubt Holmes could make some moves tomorrow if he wants to.
Yeah.
Up or down.
We won't know because he's tight-lipped about it, but I'm sure he was making he works constantly.
It will really.
According to all the mutton heads, he was been calling around all freaking week trying to get trades. He's going to trade up for like 8 different people.
There's six rounds still to go.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of players to be had.
All right, as we
You
awake,
know, the thing about this is, the thing about it is even if we don't get who we need, there is definitely more waves of free agency coming, as these guys, teams are going to have to cut guys in order to sign picks. They're going to also cut guys at the end of camp, veterans who are, easy to acclimate back into new systems. So, I'm not overly concerned about anything at this point, with whether we get somebody or don't get somebody. So, edge specifically, right? So if he goes with the best player available, say Pons is there and he takes Pons instead of, a second tier edge.
Yeah.
I just think he can take anybody he wants. I think linebacker is probably number 1 from just a depth perspective, and we don't have that third starter. And then probably we could use a better defensive end and another defensive tackle too. Cade McDonald's sitting out there all of a sudden. He didn't go in round 1. Imagine putting him out there with Tyleek. Shit. I don't think that's going to happen, but he could take anybody he wants tomorrow. As far as I'm
I feel
concerned. We're in that good a position.
The first picks of the second round are always interesting. It's like everybody sleeps on it and kind of is like, oh my gosh, that guy's still available, and so you do see some trades coming in, and you're going to see some of these guys that you can't believe were there, which means that could mean we get a player like Zion Young dropping, and okay, what are we going to do there? Maybe or maybe Jacob Rodriguez, Brent's husband, is available.
You're just jealous. You're just jealous.
Is available, and that's right around the spot that is about right and fills a need for us as well. So I think tomorrow's going to be interesting. We're going to have 1 less minute per pick between picks.
Yes.
So it'll be even more lightning round. And this guy's really super excited on the stage making the pick.
Wow.
I think tomorrow that you're going to see McNeil, Warren, McDonald, Pons, and Young all go in the first 10 picks. I think those are the guys you just said, Chris, are the guys that everyone's going to sleep on and think about, realizing, oh shit, these guys slipped out of the round. Maybe TJ Parker too.
Yeah. I think what the interesting thing here as well is, before we start to wrap this up and talk about tomorrow, which, by the way, folks, if you are continue to tune in, we will be going live tomorrow. We go live a half an hour before the draft starts. The draft starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live at 6:30 p.m. And so join in. And who knows? We'll have some news maybe before the draft kicks off, and certainly we can jump in the chat and do all that kind of stuff. But, Jermod McCoy, we knew he was going to drop, did not even go first round. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, another player that was just kind of shocking that we didn't see him go. Avion Terrell, a cornerback out of Clemson. Dan, you mentioned Caden McDonald. A lot of people had Caden McDonald going in the first round. Some even had Zion Young going at the end of the first round. Cassius Howell. These are all players we'd seen in mocks in people's first round. Lots of great players available. So it'll be interesting tomorrow, guys. I think I don't feel bad about it, but I don't feel amazing about our guy, but I think Dan brought up a good point. Our offensive line got better tonight. And I think our offensive line needed to get better tonight, not just from a depth perspective. We needed better talent. And I think we got better. Younger and better. Yes.
We are the oldest guy on our line right now. I'm looking at the list.
Sewell.
Is Nice at 28. Youngest is Miller at 22. And we got a bunch of guys. Sorsdal's 26. Borum and Cochran are 27. Scruggs and Mays are 27. Barch is 27. Penny Sewell is still 25 years old.
That's awesome.
Manu Mahogany, 25. McLaughlin is 24. Ratledge, 25. Mason Miller, 24. Sorsdal, 26. I mean, we have a very young offensive line.
Good.
But there's a lot of experience on it, though. A lot of starts there.
Yep. And the guy we got, just 54 starts. I mean, that's, and he loves ball, you could tell. Captain. So, yeah. The more I talk about it, the better I feel. But, you want to see him out there playing.
Missed one practice in 4 years because he had wrist surgery.
Unbelievable.
Wrestling background. I think he's going to be a great addition to this team. And again, it's like if you can add him for 10 years opposite Penne for the rest of his career, this is what we needed and wanted. And he wore number 78, I think, Mike, in high school at Clemson, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Give him 68.
I think. No, I think 78's open. It is. 78 is open.
We might as well give him 68, just to be petty,
to drive that final nail.
Yes, exactly. That's it. It would be therapeutic for us all, probably.
Maybe 78 isn't open. Let me see. I thought it was open.
That was Lacey, wasn't it?
Hey, Chris.
Oh, that might be
well,
right.
he just changed. He just changed jersey numbers, though.
Your partner said we're better than ESPN.
Who said that?
78 is. Oh, I think Barch is good.
Thanks,
Barch
Jim.
is going to take.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, Lacey had it. He changed numbers to 93, I think, and Barch is. It's not been announced, but he was 78 before. It sounds like he's going to get 78.
Jim, you guys got to be stoked, man. Sonny Styles. Yeah. Commander's getting Sonny Styles at 7th.
Yeah.
That's outstanding value. That's a guy I thought, that's number 2 right there. That player's going number 2. Or I thought Arvell Reese was going to go 2. So, all right, let's wrap this puppy up.
Round the horn real quick.
Let's go round the horn. Go ahead, start it, buddy.
Dan is in Ohio. He gets to go first.
All right, Dan.
What, because I'm farther east than you guys?
I don't know.
Hey, you're barely in the Eastern time zone. At least I'm in, a couple hundred miles within it. Again, it's like last year with Tyleek, right? It's a necessary pick. We needed this, it's the expected pick. You know, nothing crazy happened. We didn't give up the house to jump up to grab somebody. You know, it's not exciting, but it's something we needed. It makes the team better, you know. So I'm happy with the pick. I really don't see, you know, maybe Bain, if he was still there, would have been, tempting, you know, an option and something we would have talked, you know, had a discussion about. But I think Miller was the pick. You know, Mike and I talked about before the draft how we just kind of shifted over to him, even with Proctor being gone. But you know, even before then, we had shifted towards Miller. So I'm good.
You want to go first, Mike?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's fills a need, makes the team better. They're better today than they were when the day started. So let's see what happens the rest of the weekend. Maybe Brad can work some magic and move up a spot or two, or go down a spot or two, and we'll pick up some of that that talent that's down there or at value. So yeah, better now than we started today.
One of the things that I learned when I was going through leadership training in the corporate world was people tend to put too much attention on your weak areas. For example, if you are not the best communicator, and you never will be the best communicator, you could try all you want to be the best communicator, and you're focusing so much on being the best communicator, you're not playing to your strengths. You might be the best writer, you might be the best, you know, person to present broad concepts in written form. So what the Lions did was they focused on their strength.
Yep.
They realized last year we lost a number of games, close games, because in those moments where we had to be able to run the ball, we had to be able to execute offensively, we weren't able to do it, whether it was offensive coordinator, the players, scheme. But the point is that we improved the coaching on the offensive side of the football. We have a lot of talent. Dan said it multiple times that we built depth at a position that we desperately need to be strengthened in order to be successful. And now the rest of the draft more than likely is going to be very heavy on the defensive side of the ball. And I look forward to seeing, you know, what Holmes can do here. If we can get a couple extra picks, you know, to move up a little bit, use a couple fourths to move into the third to get a player that we want to target at a position of need. I mean, this is one of my favorite things we do each year is get together and talk about the draft. And so appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and look forward to the next, you know, night and a day with the draft.
Outstanding wrap up. There you go, folks. Thanks for joining us. And join us tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Same bat channel, same bat place. We'll join you from the Southern Command Center in Phenix City, Alabama, where the skies are dripping with blue Kool-Aid and cornbread. Have a good night, everybody. Go Lions.
Go Lions.
Good Lions.